Hello, welcome to TPK Roleplay and our third session of the Altered Carbon game, the Atrium of Aquarius. So last time, the characters had to deal with a rogue AI. I think you got Callisto Cali fired, if I recall correctly. You had some amazing breakfast at the diner, and did some personal things, which we will continue with tonight. We're using the rules system of the Altered Carbon RPG. It's available on their website and on DriveThru RPG, produced by Hunters Entertainment and Renegade Games Game Studios. In terms of just warnings, probably the best caution I can give is that if you are okay with the Altered Carbon TV show, you're going to be absolutely okay with this. It's a dark future, dystopian themes. There's going to be some violence, strong language, but nothing you wouldn't see on HBO. The other thing which I'm going to just remind chat is the pink backpack. So the pink backpack is your way to participate in the game. You can essentially, I think it's 1,000 bits, so $10. If you do that, I will draw a number from the pink backpack, which corresponds to an event. One of the things I'm doing this week, which is a little bit different than previous weeks, is that I've organized the events. So I actually have 5 events for each kind of phase of the night. And my goal there is to just make the event more immediate, so that when I draw it, you're not going to have to wait 2 hours in order for your pink backpack item to come into effect. I think that's about it for me. We're actually going to start with so we will be using a pink backpack item that was drawn last week. We'll be using that early in the adventure, so thank you. There's one other thing. The great staff at TPK, they work really hard. Like you see the overlays and the amazing visuals, and you don't get to see it, but I get to sit here for 30 minutes before the stream and watch Luca work her magic, trying to make sure that everything is running properly. One of the ways you can support TPK is through Patreon. So if you actually join, you'll get all my notes, every image that you see. There's a PDFs with a copy of every image in it. So that's an additional way that you can support us. And I think that's it, except I don't think I introduced myself. I am Fazul, your GM. And we will go over to the players in overlay order. Starting.
I believe that's you first, Ty.
I know we've been doing it one way. Hello, I am Tyrant. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at Dr. Tyrant. I will be playing Saren Peirce. He is a techie of sorts, and as it was revealed in the last episode, he was murdered and woke up one day in the body of his long-lost father. So just dealing with that for now. Let's move on to Sarah.
Hi, I'm Osarix Franco. I'm playing Morrigan. She is just a girl trying to get paid, and she has found a group of people that, while she doesn't know how she doesn't want to work with them, but one thing she can say is they're effective and she'll get paid. However, Saren might be able to help her out with a few questions about an AI, and that seems pretty alluring as well. Kicking it over to Luca.
Hi, I'm Luke Locke, and I am playing Fade, short for Phaedra Esmera, and I'm here for the best frenemies with Morrigan. Up to you, Bright.
Hey, I'm Bright, and I'm playing Kai Repo Rhodes, and Kai is also looking for that cash, but I don't think it allures him as much as the intrigue of these strange people that he's met in the weirdest of places. So I think right now this is more of like a game for him than a life-threatening situation.
Awesome, thank you. So we're going to pick up to something that where we left off the last time. Which was in we'll start with Saren Peirce and then move on to each of you. But Saren, I'm just pointing out that I've added your dog to your safe house, so don't forget that you managed to keep one of them and have it programmed. But last time, you managed to gain access to the deck, your father's deck that had been encrypted. And when you did, you found a ruined landscape of devastation, fire, a forest burned to cinders. And standing in and amongst the smoke and ash was Brittany Peirce. She turned, I believe her first words were, you're not my father. Who are you?
No, I'm not. I'm. This is strange. I've seen pictures of you, but are you?
Or do I know you?
Me? You're Brittany?
Yes, Brittany. She goes, yes, Brittany Peirce.
I'm your brother, Saren.
She pauses, tilts her head, pauses for a moment as she processes it, and she's like, you were Brittany's, my last memory before things went dark. The bombs, you were probably too young to remember. They started falling. We were all running for the caves. You and Mom made it to the entrance, but Brittany tripped and I was cut off by the fire. I could hear you crying before everything went black. That is the last memory before being here on Earth. You can give me I notice a quizzical look on your face. If you want, you can give me a read person roll, or you can just go with your gut.
Well, I don't want to just go with my gut. My read person's not great, so we'll see. We'll see how this works. Let's see if anything. Do I get to use my +1 for dex here?
This is actually reading. This is actually you in VR, physically reading a person. So no.
Okay, no worries. Floundering. Okay. Let's see. D10.
Or beg for chat for a bonus roll.
No. That's a 1.
But whether you picked it up or not, she referred to herself in the first and third person while she was talking.
Yeah, I caught that.
Yeah. And in fact, with a you got a 1. That's a pretty phenomenal success. You know what? So we'll go with the tradition that. So we established last time that when you roll 1s, you kind of get to narrate a bit as to what you uncover. Now you don't make it up, but you can basically ask me a question and I'll answer it. And not that she's answering it, but it's just something that you can deduce on your own.
Right. Would I be able to deduce if this is something showing itself as Brittany, or Brittany being superimposed over some sort of program?
So while you're standing here in VR, you're also tapped into the deck and you're monitoring the code. So there is a slight difference, but the person standing in front of you has some, I'm not going to say all, has some signs of being an AI.
Well, Brittany, I recently fixed the deck that you've been in VR in.
Was it broken? Sarah.
It wasn't It wasn't broken necessarily, but I was just able to access it.
And just to clarify, I seem to you when you appear in VR, you're appearing as Saren Peirce, not your father, Nathan, right? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So she steps forward and she's like, you were so young, only 2. When Brittany, I saw you last.
It's been a little while. I don't even have any memory of you or Dad.
Father, he has not returned. He left and didn't come back. I've been here for I've forgotten how long.
Yeah, he never actually came back. But I'm here now.
She'll smile.
I was hoping, I didn't know what to expect, but maybe you can come with me. I'm sure I can rig up some way for you to come mobile.
A nanoswarm. I can use that to materialize in your world.
Right. Let me work on that. And
there should be an emitter somewhere in the storehouse. Father would have me come out from time to time. We would late into the night.
I haven't seen a nanoswarm emitter yet.
Yeah, you know that there's one stored. I think it was the very first session you found a nanoswarm emitter, so you knew there was an AI, but you had no evidence of the AI. Now you do, so you know where it is. You just need to kind of do it.
Let me work on it, and hopefully I'll be able to bring you with me on this next mission I have. It's nice to meet you, Renee.
I'm glad you're alive, that you're okay. Will you come back soon?
Of course.
And she will. So the scene, as you were talking to her, the scene shifted to one of more. The fire and the ash were gone, and replaced with the more scenic nighttime view of Harlan's world, the beautiful mountains, the lake. But as you kind of step away and go through the exit procedure for leaving the VR, it will turn back into the ashes of the forest, and you're back out into the safe house. And we will switch, unless there was something you wanted to do immediately.
Knowing what we're about to go through,
Yep.
I don't think Peirce is gonna have enough time to get the nanoswarm working and then deal with the stress of having his newly found sister come on this high intensity mission. Can I spend the rest of however long? I know we said 6 hours between the diner, and can I spend the rest of the time looking for a specific weapon?
Yeah. You want us to search for weapons in the shop, or you said a specific one?
A specific one, yes.
Okay. What would you like to look up?
Let me. I know what it's called. Hold on. Let me get to the weapons reference.
So you look it up, and then I'll come back to you. And
okay.
That the difficulty is depending on the weapon.
Right.
That will affect the difficulty.
Okay, that's fine.
So, Fade, if I recall, the last scene with you was that you smashed Gage's stack after kind of a tense encounter with Wyatt.
Yes, correct.
So you can be sitting there. I don't know. So the stack is broken in front of you. Wyatt is gone, but the bottle and the bourbon are still splattered on. The glass is on the floor. The bourbon is still dripping down the walls. What's Fade feeling right
She's feeling a little panicked.
Yeah.
After that, she's actually going to form her blade and slice up this stack a few more times.
Just to make
And
sure.
then she's just gonna like calm herself and
Yep.
turn on like a feed and just kind of like essentially channel surf through
Okay.
whatever user app there is that's similar to TikTok, right? And she's just going through everyone's videos, like trying to mimic what they're doing in each video.
So one of the cool things that happens is as you are skipping between videos, you know, you're doing your mimicking and stuff like that, but as you skip between videos, you catch a feed in between, if that makes any sense. It's almost like if you're tuning a radio between two frequencies, there's a feed and the software that you're using kind of skips it. But you pick it up for a minute. You can try. You want to?
Yes, I would like to try and find it.
I'm not going to make a roll for you. You're just kind of turning you're kind of manipulating. It's not an actual dial. It's kind of
right.
VR, but you're probably moving your hands, kind of trying to move things around, and you
Yeah.
find it. You're not a programmer, but you do find it, and it sets you back a little bit. It's the exact same music that was playing in the lab where the AI. It's from this musician known as Sonata.
And it's the same song that had the message.
Well,
that I definitely wrote
the
down
messages
somewhere.
that were not related. The messages that were on the wall. There was one, I believe, that said, if I can recall correctly, it said the music says all are one, and this is the music that the AI was listening to, and it's hidden. It's kind of this hidden kind of song in between two things that you're looking for, but you just happened almost instinctively happened to come upon it. You get your Oni goes off. You're getting a call.
I'll answer it.
Oh, you can probably
Is it video or just audio?
It's video. So it pops up, and it's like, hey, cuz, how's it going?
It's going really good.
Oh, cool, thanks. I'm so glad. Listen, I'm sorry. Like I dug up some stuff on Van Doren and Gage, and I was searching around, and I found some things, and I told Wyatt, and he lost it. I was worried he was going to come over there and tear a strip off you. I'm sorry. It's my fault. I didn't know.
Why were you researching that?
Because Wyatt told me to. He wanted to know why Gage was in town. That led me to Van Doren. Then, of course, I found out that Gage got killed out in front of the Panama Rose, and I didn't put two and two together. But as soon as I showed all this to Wyatt, he knew it was you. I don't know how he knew. He's just good that way. But
He
nobody
was
else.
here.
Ah,
I did get in trouble.
all right. I'm sending Kate. Forgive
I'd
me?
like that.
All right, a drone's on the way. You
What
forgive
else did you find about Van Doren?
Well, Van Doren? Oh,
Yeah.
well, that guy runs, he runs half of Bay City. I mean, the underground, the criminal stuff, that is. I don't know. I mean, I was more looking on Gage than Van Doren, and then I went down a road of Elder Artifacts. Did you remember Gage had an Elder Artifact?
I heard that.
That led me to some guy who runs a shop here. I might actually go down there. He actually sells Elder Artifacts. Maybe I'll buy one. Oh no, I don't know that much. I don't have that kind of credit. Anyway, I'm rambling.
Who is he? Maybe I want something shiny.
He'll go around this thing. He goes, his name is Batista Albright. He runs a shop. Here's the deets.
If he has something I can afford, maybe I will get you a gift.
He'll kind of smile at that, but he shrugs. He goes, We don't got that kind of money, Fade.
I might have that kind of money soon.
But I appreciate the offer. Oh yeah? Well,
I'm
listen.
doing good.
Don't forget, I'm the best dipper in the city, maybe even the world. So, and I owe you one. All right, cake's on the way.
Thank you.
So he will sign off.
Mm-hmm.
So, Kai, I gave you. I think I decided to give you an apartment complex here. So, yeah. So basically, your apartment complex has kind of this. You actually walk into the center of it, which is a big kind of opening, and take the elevator up. It's probably like 50, 60 floors. Akira's apartment's on one. But she wakes up. If you recall, at the end of the last session, she had a bit of a seizure, which is not brought on by any illness that you're aware of. It seems to be related to some type of DHF trauma. You don't know the story, and you haven't asked, but you've been there. This is now, we'll say, the third time that you've been there when this has happened. Interestingly, the trigger for it seems to be the topic of the protectorate. So she'll get up a few hours later, and you know, she's gonna have her head in her hands. She's like, "Happened again, didn't it?"
Bloody hell, Kira. It's they're getting more frequent. They're getting closer together.
I'm getting some echo on your thing, Bright. I'm not sure if anyone else is, but try it again. Okay.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. I'll live with it.
I was gonna say, I think I'm getting that same echo.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it's gone. No, it's not. It's definitely there.
Weird. Try talking again, because I feel like I'm not getting echo.
Well, I'll try to say something, but
I feel like it's normal.
Oh, you know what? Are you when you're in Roll20? Did you mute?
That's exactly what.
maybe
it
I
is.
need to mute it.
Oh.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Disable. How about now?
Perfect. I think I've muted you.
All right.
There we go. Sick.
All right.
All right.
All right. Fucking your seizures are getting closer together, Kira.
Just hold on. I have to mute you.
Is,
on right? Is that what it is?
Yeah, you can.
Oh, I
hover
just
over the
disabled
little
mine.
icon.
Yeah. Are you in Roll20? Right?
Yes.
Uh,
Oh, you are.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there you are. You're down there.
Oh, it's still picking me up. Interesting.
Yeah. So when you click, if you go over your image and
There we go.
and hit the
I fixed it.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. That's perfect. Thank you. I was gonna say.
It was intense. I thought it was just me too. I'm glad it wasn't.
I was like, am I going to be able to do this? I don't know.
Mhm.
Yeah. So she's like, it happened again.
Oh, wait,
didn't it?
while we're dealing with tech issues, Zul, I think your camera got tilted up.
Oh yeah. I was.
Yep, there we go.
Okay.
Okay.
There we go.
All right.
Okay. We're back. So yeah. So she's like, it happened again, didn't it?
It did. It crashed on the couch. It's fine.
You know, I won't let that happen in when it counts, right? In a firefight, I'm good. You know it.
Yeah, I trust you.
As long as
You
you-
if you ever want to get it off your chest, whatever that is,
you really think that'll make a difference?
probably not. But knowing more is never a bad thing.
Well, I'm going to go get cleaned up. Thanks. Thanks for everything. She'll gather her things, her gun, and she'll leave. She'll head up to her apartment, which is a couple levels up, leaving you to sit there, thinking about tomorrow. This black operation. As you take another, quick look at the deck, you'll note that you paid them half in advance, correct?
Yeah.
You'll note that it's already the account is already whole again, so it's just been topped up. It's as if the money never existed, was never there. So as you're about to maybe get some shut eye, there you actually get a call on your Oni as well.
Can I see who it's from before I answer?
You can. It'll actually you know what? Yeah, it would be. It would be. You know what? It's probably It would come up CTAC.
Fucking hell. I'm just gonna let it continue to ring without answering it or denying the call.
Do you allow messages?
Yeah, sure. It'll just be like the default one,
Yeah.
I'm trying to make it look like this sleeve's been decommissioned, that they're calling the wrong.
Can I ask a question? Your apartment, is it like Kai Rhodes ex CTAC? Is that what's on the lease?
Oh, I don't know that I would have put like any of that info on there. I assume because this is like the cheap neighborhood.
Yeah,
it's like I'm living in like a studio. I gave him like my first name and 100,000 credits for the year, and then they left me alone.
Yeah, you're paying cash.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, then no worries. After the message is left, you can actually, if you want to check it, you can see that it is from an old comrade of yours. He actually was, you actually liked him, and he was pretty good. You did a couple ops together. Adam Gunner. The message is just, hey Kai, I'm in town for a couple of days. I heard you're living here in Bay City. We could catch a drink. Anyway, if you're around, hit me back. Been too long.
Does anything sound hesitant in his voice when he leaves the message?
No, it doesn't. And one of the things, so it hasn't been revealed yet why you left CTAC, but the Gunner is not one of the CTAC operatives that would know. So
okay.
You served with him. If you probably went through training. You went through training together. You had a couple of ops, but you weren't necessarily assigned to the same team. So he wasn't with you, but you always stayed in touch. But it's been a while. It's been a couple of. You actually probably haven't talked to him since you were in CTAC.
Right. Great. Good to know. Adam Gunner, you said his name was?
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I can. Put back here.
Gunner. Good lad, that Gunner.
And Morrigan. So I have your apartments here too. What do we got here? Okay, so Morrigan, you're in your apartment. It's late. You had your conversation with Peirce, wondering whether or not he would assist in tracking down information on this AI. So how do you spend your, I'm assuming you're a night owl?
Yeah. She would, once she got home, she would have closed the door and locked it with the multiple locks on the door, casting her eyes around her apartment and taking a deep breath. She would have gone into her room and just stripped off all of the clothes that she had been wearing and put them directly into the garbage, and would have sat head in her hands in her room, just in the silence for a long time, like just sitting there, just trying to like not forget, but just suppress, I think, the events of the day. She eventually would like throw on a light shift of something and move over to one of the black cases that she has several just lining her apartment, big black cases.
Yep.
She would have gone over to one, run her hands over it, taken a breath, and then flipped the clasps open and pulled out a 1959 Gibson Les Paul Standard.
Nice.
She'd pull that out and sit on her couch and just begin to play.
Okay, I'm geez, you know what, just because of that description, I'm going to have to cheat a bit. I'm actually buying a backpack item, and because I'm the GM, I get to pick it.
Woo!
I'm just picking one. I'm eliminating. I'm going to pick. Let's see what's number here. I'm going to pick number 6. Mm-hmm. So you're listening to the music. You're playing. Your fingers just dance across the. Oh, sorry. You know what? I guess I should have everybody pull out their earpieces. Sorry. Tune out. My apologies. Except for chat and Morrigan, the only ones that know. Your fingers dance across the guitar strings. You lose yourself in the music, and it's on rare. This is how you actually write your songs. To some extent, your fingers just start, like you start playing a familiar song, and then it evolves and morphs into something completely different. And you just start to play, and the music takes you away. You're only really aware of the music. However, you're aware of, on some level, you are aware of the people listening to the music, not just this song, but all your songs. You just have this total sense of being everywhere, kind of at the same time. And then all of a sudden, you are snapped into reality, and you're stuck in that shower again. You're like inside of a shower.
She's just gonna deep breath.
Yeah, so you're the clothing that you have, the light shift, whatever you have on, it's like you are in a shower. But
Yeah,
running, and there's no faucet, there's no drain.
She would kind of fast, heavy breathing, like gasping, like confused, and putting her hands like on the glass, trying to like push and figure out where she is.
I will give you, this might not be a good skill for you, but I will give you an engineering roll.
Okay, let me see.
That's under intelligence.
Yeah. Ooh, it's not great, but we'll see what we can do.
Yeah. Again.
Yeah. So I had to get under a 3. I got a 5.
3 or 5 rather. Okay. You push against the glass. The door opens. So you don't immediately. So from a mechanical point of view, you don't get anything. You just kind of push it open. But one of the things I will give you, not because of the roll, just because because it's part of the description. As you open the door, so when you open the door, kind of the inside groove of the door that you would only see when the door is open.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You can actually see a logo there, and it says Psychosec. Just to remind you, the Psychosec.
That's the lab, right?
Logo was faded in the lab. Yeah, their faded Psychosec logo was.
Can I get a spelling on Psychosec just really quickly?
Yeah. Psychosec.
Yeah, she'd push open, and catching a glimpse of it, she'd blink down hard, like that fear of moments too large for any one person to take, and scramble out of the shower, just like. Yep.
And you stumble out a now familiar room. You can see the beautiful glass doorway and infinity balcony that looks out onto the ocean. If you recall, you walked out onto it last time. This time in the distance, you actually see a giant machine moving across the ocean. It's colossal in size, but it's quite a distance from where you are. I will give you I can't believe how often we're using this skill, geography.
Oh, I actually am a little bit better at that one.
Oh,
so
you are.
let's see. Oh, that's a 1. That's a 1, baby.
You recognize the harvester from news vids. You're on Neo Atlantis, a colony world, one of the off-world colonies. It is an entire water world. All the cities float across the oceans. These giant harvesters basically harvest algae. That is the base for the food that feeds 1/3 of humanity.
She would panicked, that same like the anxiety building in her chest as she's breathing harder and harder.
Yep.
Like Morgan's generally a very cool, calm, put together person that is just being stripped away by the second as she runs out onto that balcony near the infinity pool and tries to look out and see any identifying features of this house. Address, pictures.
You realize that you're kind of on the behind you. You don't quite see because the way it's designed is so that you just looks like you're literally standing on the ocean. It's that there is a great city behind you that you're kind of on.
Right.
And as you look around, suddenly your eyes lock onto something in the water. Down below the surface, you see lying there is your body from last time. And you were describing a panic or that you were feeling very tense. You now start to feel, as soon as you see your dead body, it's being eaten by some crab-like things or something like that. You feel overwhelmed, and unfortunately, you fall into the water again. At which point you wake up back in your home on Earth in Bay City. Everybody, put your headphones back on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know if I saw.
Right. Yeah. All right. You're gonna type in chat. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. You wake up.
When she wakes, like, I'm assuming still maybe like passed out, like on her couch, the guitar on the ground next to her.
Yep.
She'll inhale just like that same like waking up from a nightmare kind of a way and reach out, kind of feeling the couch and looking around her apartment, and not really understanding what's going on and feeling out of control. She will just sit there and curl up in a ball and just lay there until morning.
Okay. Does anyone else want to do anything before it is time to gather?
Yes, I would like to make my roll to find the specific weapon.
All right. What was your weapon?
Listen, I'm torn, all right, and I want to know, do I think it would be easier to find a sniper rifle or a beam rifle?
Oh, beam rifle. Yeah, beam rifle. You're looking for the severing limbs. Sniper rifle would be easier simply because it's not an energy weapon.
Right. Yeah.
But, so it's up to you whether you want to try it. So here's the deal. It's going to be a search roll, which is under perception.
Right.
And sniping rifle itself is a pretty significant item. So I want 2 successes to find the sniping rifle or 3 to find the beam rifle.
Okay, I just realized that energy weapons are a separate stat, so I'm not even gonna mess with it. Can I use my deck to maybe go through to see if there's any like catalogs or any indication of maybe my father had a system to where he stored these things.
You as soon as you enter your deck, you start kind of looking around. Brittany's voice, you'll hear it kind of in your own. It's like, can I help you with something?
Oh yeah, Brittany. I'm looking for a specific weapon. I was wondering if Father had kept notes on where it would be. Do you know where I can find a sniper rifle within the hideout?
She'll give you an advantage on your roll.
That's very good. Very kind, DM. It's a D10. Yes.
Yeah. So what's your perception?
Perception's a 6, and I rolled an 8 and 7, so I did not succeed.
Didn't find it. No.
How unfortunate.
Just a reminder, you can spend stack points if you want. But
I have just enough stack points to make that success for the sniper rifle.
Okay, spending it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, you got it.
Sweet. So finding that and then just spending a little bit of time to apply one of my augmentations to it as well.
Okay. All right. So so you work. You basically work most of the night. You might get an hour or so of sleep. Did anyone else want to do anything? Where are you? Bright. Where are you meeting everyone? Is it at the diner, or is it at near the area where the hit's going down?
I presume the diner.
Okay.
Just because everybody knows it already, and wouldn't leave anybody having to look for a new location.
Okay.
I would probably already be there having breakfast, which this morning will be some kind of waffle with lots of whipped cream and like lots of coffee.
Okay. All right. And JP, he'll come over and he's like, good morning, Miss Fade. One made even lovelier by your presence. He's like, I was thinking about changing the decor. What do you think? And he snaps his fingers, and every painting and like his photographs behind the bar, paintings all over the wall, all of them become you.
Oh, I like this so much, but I'm worried that it'll probably call too much attention to me from people I don't like.
Oh, I'm afraid that drawing people's attention is a curse that you must live with, Miss Fade. But I will, of course, put it back. Perhaps reserved for those special occasions.
Yes.
So the others, everyone else can arrive and enter the diner. You can see that Fade is already there. JP, as soon as he sees Morrigan come in, will kind of give a little bit of a frown and look towards Fade, and he's like, "Oh, not her again." Any friend of yours, Miss Fade, is a friend of mine.
I don't know if she's my friend, but I guess it wouldn't hurt to serve her.
Yes, of course. Unlike serving you, which is effortless, I will do my best to satisfy the customer. So
Morrigan will stride up to the table, not like really hearing any of the conversation. And the second she sees the AI, she says, "Coffee or I rip you to shreds," and like we'll sit down.
Oh, pleasant, isn't she, in the mornings? And he'll turn and
Or any time.
And promptly come back with coffee.
Good morning, Morrigan. And she will take a sip of her drink, and yes, she is drinking coffee through a straw.
Oh.
The others aren't here yet.
No, they're late.
Miss Morrigan, if you had to pick the one thing that was your favorite thing about Miss Fade, what would it be? As he pours the coffee.
She'll take it and take a sip of it and put it down. It would be her asking you to fuck off.
Oh, he'll look towards you, Fade, to see whether or not you'll do it.
Never.
I shall leave you alone. And he'll turn and Peirce, you and Kai can show up.
Yeah, Peirce walks in.
And Kira will be there.
Peirce walks in with his, all of his apparel and whatnot, holding a duffel bag that's kind of seems like it's bulging with equipment. And he'll kind of slide that under the table and sit down and just look so tired.
Yeah, JP will suddenly be beside you. Coffee? Mr. Peirce?
Not today. Thank you, no.
And he'll refill and disappear. Akira goes, you did know that we were going on a mission this morning, right? And that if you fall asleep during it, you just might get everybody killed.
I won't fall asleep. And he'll gonna crack his neck a little bit, and some like kind of glowing blue liquid will like shine through his veins in his neck as he activates his speed neurochem to like wake himself up.
You know, you can't rely on that forever.
Oh, I know. It's addicting already.
What is that you just used? Is that a neurochem? The speed
It
one?
is. Mm-hmm.
How do you like it?
It's not bad. A couple times we've been fighting things, it's almost felt like it's slowed things down a little bit. Helps me get through long nights too. So
JP will come back, put everybody's breakfast. Your waffles have whipped cream and a candle in it, and he will light it. And he's like, I thought, Miss Fade, I would add a candle because every time that you are here, it is something to celebrate.
It's like my birthday every day.
And he'll go back, and Akira's like, that AI is going to be a problem. Okay.
I have to make a wish. She's gonna just
Oh
shush
my
Akira.
fucking god.
Akira, stop.
And the candle was never lit. She is just doing this.
What did you wish for?
Well, if I tell you, it won't come true.
Let's wish for a successful op. Don't forget,
For a
Kai's
wish.
Kai's footing the bill here, so
This is my third plate of waffles.
As soon as Akira says that, Kai will drop a children's backpack on the center of the table, and it'll hit with like a heavy, like metallic thud. Who's ready to go on a field trip?
Me,
A lot of
I've
glum
never been
faces.
on one.
Good. You answered first, so you get your first treat. And he pulls open the zipper for the bag and reaches in. And he'll hand you kind of like a metal case. It kind of looks like a cell phone, but there's no screen on it. It's metal and it's wide and about 4 inches long. And he hands it to you. It's got like the weight of like maybe a pound and a half. It's a heavy, like just slab of metal. Bought you all your first weapons. Since you're fucking useless without him, I
She
got you a
is
couple
gonna
of squeezies.
instantly activate it, clearly familiar with this form factor.
That's a red flag for later. You there, little girl. Would you also like a squeezy?
Would you like your dick chopped off? Hand it over.
Hey, that's the attitude we're looking for here on a team assignment. And he'll slide one your way across the table. And one for the techno wizard, and he'll place it down in front of you.
Akira
Yeah,
looks like he's Kira's like, looks like the techno wizard brought his own goodie bag.
Right. This it's embarrassing. I actually brought something for you two. Which one of you is the better shot?
It's probably me. It's me. Don't look at me like that. It's me.
It's him.
Peirce will kind of slide the duffel bag out from the table and unzip it so that Kai can see. And Kai will see a fully modded, silenced sniper rifle with a tripod.
You know we're not the assassins, right?
Well,
It's
I don't be pish posh about gifts. This is a very generous. Look at that, and he'll pick it up and kind of like pick it up, cock it, look down the sights, test it out.
So where did a tech guy find this?
I'll just lay it around.
Nice. Any presents for the rest of us?
You can only do so much.
Yeah, I'm better up close.
Same. So, I figured Kai could give us some long-range cover as we move in to either take this guy out or save the kids or both.
Well, Kai, you can actually put up a little kind of a, everybody can see on their Oni, a little 3D map. And here's what you know, as this might influence your plans. So a city official, he's actually a member of the council or the stewards of Bay City. He's dropping his daughters off at the Bay City Conservatory for their music lessons. His daughters, just because names make it more meaningful. Where's his daughters? Yeah, so Elaine and Elisa Palmer. The city official, he's on the board of supervisors. His name is Kellen Palmer. And you don't know how it's going to go down, but based on the intel that Kai has, an assassin is going to try and take out his daughters, not him, take out his daughters in front of him when he drops them off at the conservatory. If people want to make a geography roll, again, believe how often I'm using this.
The most useful skill in the game.
I'm adding it to every game now.
I think that's what I'm going to use my next stack. Wait on, it's getting that lower.
I know.
Geography skill down.
Asking for it, it's like, yeah. At no point, I would say at no point during character creation would it ever cross my mind. I'd be like, oh yeah, that's a D12 for sure. I'll never use that.
Yes.
I got a 1.
Jeez. All right. Well, only one of you needed to make it. So here's the deal on the conservatory. So it's in a relatively wealthy neighborhood, but it's on the edge of essentially a low income area. In fact, it's on the edge of what is known as the Golden Gate slums. So essentially, the architecture in this community is designed as such to kind of block the view of the Golden Gate Bridge best they can so that people don't have to look at it. But because this is right on the edge, so basically this neighborhood they're trying to gentrify, and in fact that is what Keller, who is the target, as a member of the Bay City Board of Supervisors, he's actually trying to get rid of the Golden Gate slums, have the bridge torn down, and essentially have the people relocated. So as a result, one of the things that, because it's right on the edge, what you would know based on, maybe you've been through the area before, maybe you have a guy in the Golden Gate slums that you buy tech gear from. but street people, like a homeless or street panhandlers, are not uncommon in this neighborhood, especially near the Bay City Conservatory. Protest is also a common place where people would protest if they wanted to get the attention of the elites. Right? Now, mind you, the Bay City Conservatory is still on the ground, which means these people are not meths. Nobody here is a meth. They're just, well, you know, lower upper class.
What time was the assassin slated to?
We'll say 8 a.m. in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
And does it specify a location, or do we know anything about that, or where?
You don't. You just know that he's going to drop his daughters off. The odds are he's going to drop them off right in front. The odds are he's going to come down from above, being a hover. You know, he's going to drive a hover car. And so, one of the things that you can tell is that all the assassin has is the distance from the car to the front door. To make their move. So it could be a sniping situation, or it could be an up close situation. You're not sure.
Fade will ask, what time is the drop off? Could we get there early?
Yep. Yeah, you could.
We should.
Probably should.
Keeper, I sent you a DM. Could you check it, please? And then message me back and let me know.
Secrets are no fun.
Secrets hurt someone.
Hopefully we can catch the assassin, but if not, likely he's...
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
Likely they're involved with some sort of organization that makes a home within the slums on the bridge. Especially if this person is in charge of getting rid of those slums. So, you can probably find them. I think our number one priority should be saving the kids.
No shit, Sherlock.
Well, saving the kids before getting the assassin.
And we're gonna get them with these? Just go stand out on the street and wait to see somebody to shoot first?
Just putting the test out there.
Kai on Overwatch, then I can go in and infiltrate, come out and get the children and escort them into the facility while looking like someone that works there. Whereas Peirce, you could be closer in case it's a hand-to-hand thing, and Morrigan, you could probably be with Peirce.
Quick question for you, just kind of put a feeler out there, see what kind of group I'm dealing with here, since this is only our second mission together. What would you say if we were to kill the assassin and the kids and take the assassin's contract? 2 birds, 1 stone.
It would depend on how much money. Oh, I mean, it's disgusting.
Good answer. Close enough. Just wanted to see how you felt about it. I'm not personally into killing kids, but I don't know you. I don't know you at all.
I'm sure they're backed up somewhere.
I'm trying to get to know you, so I'm just putting a feeler out there. Fade.
And so when you say I'm sure they're backed up somewhere, you'll note Akira, she's clenched like she was dishing eggs or something. Like she almost bends her fork, and she goes, "Just because they're backed up doesn't mean the death won't be traumatic."
I agree.
I
And
know.
in the off chance that they are not backed up or they are Neo C, we should try our best to not let them die.
You guys are planning for an awful lot of failure. Let's I'll our first solo mission together, our first off the books mission. Let's try to keep it a little cheery, eh? We're out there to do some good today. All right, Morgan, maybe dial it down to about a 7. It's a little creepy. Less teeth, less Gary Busey, more Ava Longoria. Think along those lines.
Who are they?
People from thousands of years ago. You know what? Never mind. You don't need to hear about my telly habits. Can you look like one of the kids?
Not easily. I'm sure they are small.
So if you tried to look like one of you, you'd look like a stretched out version
Jim,
of one of
how
them?
far does my ability to disguise go? Because
that
I
would-
have my chameleon ability, but I assume it only is able to project like a few inches on top of my currently existing mass, not erase the top foot or so of me.
Yeah, so you probably couldn't reduce yourself to that size. However, there are services like Rent a Kid available. Like you can rent sleeves, right? In Bay City, there would be a sleeve rental place, or you could call your friend Callisto Cal and tell her that we need another sleeve. No.
We are entering dangerous territory.
It's close enough to make me sick. Can you imagine the sleeve sickness you'd get from switching from a full-grown adult to a little child?
Yeah, that would be crazy.
Morrigan, you should try it.
You should shut the fuck up.
Listen, so Akira goes, a couple of us just need to be close enough to take the bullets for the kids if it comes to that.
Oh.
She'll tap her armor underneath her clothing. Oh, did you forget to bring armor?
Yeah,
Well,
Akira.
I can have
forgot to bring my military grade armor that every civilian just happens to have.
All right.
I
Well,
mean, it's
listen.
pretty cheap if you just buy it. Do you need some money? I'm sure. Kai
Yes,
could
can I
give
have
you
yours?
some. No.
Sounds like
Morgan will
someone needs a
actually
little
grin at
extra
that.
sugar in their coffee. From the little school bag, Kai will toss a Ziploc of fine white powder in front of Morrigan.
She'll look at it and kind of pick it up, holding it up and kind of flicking it to see what it is and how it moves. And she'll kind of drop it on the counter and go, not my type.
Suit yourself.
You
He grabs the bag,
still
opens it, puts
snort?
a spoon inside.
You know they
Why would you
have
snort
this
it?
stuff
And he-
you can get inserted. You can.
It's a waste of time. And he
Yeah.
scoops out some and puts it all over his pancakes.
All right. So the clock is ticking.
Yep. Let's
Yeah.
leave.
So you can grab. You probably have your own hover car. Again, like I said, they don't have drivers. They're kind of pilotless Ubers that roam the city. You can pick one up, drop it off, get dropped off in the vicinity. You can see the Golden Gate slums in the distance as you fly past them. And Fade. You know what? I'm going to send you a direct message here, just of something.
So when you get there, Kai, Overwatch, Fade, you're greeting the kids. Morgan and God, what's her name?
Kira.
Kira, you're with me on protection duty.
I guess. Do we have an exit strategy for the kids where we want to take them?
I assume get them just inside the building. Because once we're
Yeah.
in there, we can fortify a room or something
I'll
if we need
escort
to.
them in while you take the bullet.
He said that. Kira goes, thanks. All right, Luca, I just sent you a.
I'm scared.
And also, I do have healing properties, kind of. So if anyone's gonna take a bullet, let me.
All right. I'm gonna stop you.
You're gonna be yards away, Kai. So
I will take the
Hopefully.
children inside the building.
good.
Right.
Sounds like we've got a loose plan.
Right. You can the hover car can descend. I'm assuming you want it to drop you off like right at the conservatory or a little bit away.
Well, if we're
there any-
arriving early, go
Yeah.
ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna ask if there were any like other taller buildings near.
For sure. Yeah, you can definitely find an Overwatch position.
Okay.
When you arrive, you will see there's about 20 kind of panhandlers in and around the area, but you're there early, so you don't see any sign of cars coming in to drop people off. But there is a line forming. These are not the panhandlers. Right now, there's about 30 people who just appear to be a mixture of different people lined up at the front door. A few of them are going up to the door, knocking, and there's a somewhat flustered security guard.
What,
Uh,
everybody's all of a sudden really interested in this? What the fuck is this?
I'm sure there's some sort of show
What?
at the conservatory. They do shows here.
Okay.
You know, like opera.
All right.
All right,
Can I
so let's-
scope out the employees of this place?
Yep.
And just try and find like kind of what they're dressed as and change to look like that.
So there will be two basic types of employees. One is there is a security guard, which would be in a standard generic security commissioner outfit, and the other employees, they would be dressed like kind of smart casual, almost like teacher attire, right?
Yeah. All right. I will change into that kind of attire, little pencil skirt and everything like that, and just kind of stand near the front door, watching everyone around in this line, and wait, like, as if ready for the children to arrive to escort them inside.
So, Kai, you're going up onto a building with Overwatch.
Rooftop.
Before he leaves, though, really quickly, Morrigan would ask, "Do we know the model of the car? Do we know what it looks like?"
I believe, yeah, I would give you that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep,
Just
that's-
making sure she knew what to keep an eye out for. Because clearly there's more people than I think Morrigan expected to be here, lining up out the door. So I feel like she's concerned about what the
Yeah.
hell.
And even as you're all setting up, the line doubles in size. So who's going close? So we know Fade is. Peirce, where are you going? You're going close. Akira and Morrigan, where are you going?
She's sticking with take the bullet crew, I guess.
So as you can all head towards the conservatory. There's a fair bit of buzz and excitement happening. You can feel kind of the energy amongst the people in line. The staff themselves are quite flustered. So Fade, you can walk up. You're kind of dressed as staff, and do you just want to kind of walk right in type thing? Is that the idea, or are you just going to hang around outside?
I'm gonna hang around outside as if waiting for the car. And
Okay.
I'm just keeping an eye on everything around, people in the line, see if anyone sticks out at all, looks like they're shifting their feet. Not so much in the waiting in line way, but in the anticipation way.
Yep. Well, you passed. So in addition to that crowd, there are the panhandlers who are basically all kind of in a group. You will note, in addition to people, there are a couple of cats in and around the area. And as far as the crowd is concerned, you can all hear the general buzz, and everybody is talking about Sonata. Now, I'm going to remind you that Sonata was a musician whose music you heard playing in the lab with the
Banksy
AI.
of music, right?
The Banksy of music. Apparently, a surprise concert was announced here only like 30 minutes ago. So that's why people are here. The staff are doing their best to kind of go, well, it's the first that we've heard of it. We're waiting on word from the administration. Please, just be patient. And pretty soon, there's a half-decent crowd. I'm going to say, let's say there's 200 people now gathered. It's a bit, they're all generally trying to form a line, but some people are milling about. Everybody's doing that thing where they stand in line for a few minutes and they send one of their group up to the door to ask a question. So there's kind of a constant stream of people going back and forth. And now the cars are starting to arrive. Kai, I'm going to give you, ask you to make probably a detection roll. Or you know what? I'll let you choose detection or search. It's up to you, whichever one is better.
We'll do detection.
And what I'm going to do is, because you position yourself on a roof and you have Overwatch, I'm going to give you advantaged on that, which means you get to roll a bonus die, and you take the lowest of the two.
A 2 and a 7. So we'll go with the 2 under 50.
2 under 50. Nice.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. Yeah.
I was just gonna say, while he is setting up his Overwatch, is there any way I can just, in my best employee, wave down one of the security guards and just, yes, I'm going to need you to clean out this riffraff, the panhandlers over here. We do not want anyone attempting to get into the concert that is not paying, and I am sure that someone will have the idea to be a panhandler and sneak in. So, Mr. Security Man, if you could just clear them out, thank you so much.
He's
I'll go back to waiting for the car.
They're here every day. He says after you. I will, in order to compel the security guard to do it, I am going to ask you to. Well, you're not. It's up to you. I would allow you to do intimidation.
Okay.
Or diplomacy. So one is under empathy, the other is under willpower. It's up to you whichever one.
I'm gonna do intimidation because I'm gonna turn back to him and say, "I'm sorry. Did I ask you their habits? Do your job."
All right. You know what I'll do, because because of your disguise. I'll give you an advantage on the roll.
Okay. It's a D10 and I've got a 3. Okay, advantage because that was a 10. Okay, I got a 2.
Okay, all right.
1 level of success.
So he kind of looks at you. He's kind of like, what the? And he just kind of walks over and he starts to talk to the panhandlers. He's like, could you please move along? There's a special event. And some of them are talking back to him, and he's like doing his best. And I'll call the police. And so there's an interaction occurring. So Kai, with your role, you note that a hover limo arrives, and it lands. It's not arriving at the conservatory. It lands near the conservatory, and a bit of an. So this is San Francisco, so there's always hills. So it kind of lands in a spot where it can kind of overlook or look down at the conservatory. And a gentleman, so several gentlemen get out. So the people who get out first look like goons, as in typical kind of mafia criminal henchmen. And the next person who gets out, and they just stand, they kind of do perimeter, and he just sits on the front of the car and watches. Now, are you guys all, assuming you're all linking your comms, and are you linking, are you doing linked visual?
I'm sure.
Yeah, for the
right?
purpose of the mission, yeah.
So you can all kind of see this guy if you draw their attention to it, and you can take a look with the scope. Amongst you, I guess Fade, you would be the only one who instantly recognizes. However, other people could make that's streetwise. Is there a street? What something to
Geography.
Geography.
swear.
Yeah.
To
This
God.
would be maybe history for everyone else, but it depends. Faye doesn't have to make a roll, so she can inform you. We'll see whether she does. This is Emile Van Doren. He is the criminal boss. And if you recall, I don't know whether you mentioned this, Kai, but he's the one who took the hit out.
Oh.
He's here to watch.
Did Kai share that?
I didn't know it until just now.
Okay,
So,
okay.
I had mentioned it, but I think I mentioned it very quickly in passing.
okay, yeah. I think that would have been pertinent information to
Yeah.
give out.
So Van Doren is here to watch his hit go down, but he looks quite confused about what's happening.
Yeah, I'll
Oh,
share with the
looks
team
like
that I
going for
see this. I'll be like, Boss Man is here.
What?
Looks like we have a bit of a
Boss.
voyeur.
All right. So we just need to make sure he doesn't see our faces.
Shouldn't be a
Well,
problem.
not that he'd recognize us anyway.
Better safe than sorry.
Right?
Cool.
So the moments are ticking by. The crowd is getting a bit rowdy. Peirce, what are you doing in particular?
Peirce is going to be standing pretty close to Fade, acting kind of like a bodyguard almost. Inconspicuously as possible, and as she moves to intercept the children, he will also move up
Okay.
next to them.
And Akira is ready. She's ready to make a move on anyone else who makes a move. So you're all standing there. And Morrigan, are you standing next to them, or have you kind of separated yourself?
She's more if they're like all around the kids, she's gonna look understanding that the boss man is here. She's gonna be watching for anyone in the crowd that starts moving towards the kids, just in case she needs to try and step in front of them or anything like that. So she's kind of around them.
Okay. So the cars are coming in, landing, dropping off kids. Not the car yet. As you're just waiting and watching, you've got this crowd. You've got Van Doren, who looks like he's growing increasingly frustrated. I will give probably Fade in particular. I'm going to give you a detection roll. It's going to be advantaged again.
Ooh, D8, but I have a 5. We shall do this dice. A 3, but hold on, I'm gonna just try and... Oh, and a 4.
A 3 and a 4.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's a great roll. So we'll say Peirce, you're probably tapped, knowing the car's identity. You can note its approach on your Oni. Fade, as you're looking around, again, really crowd. You see that the security guard has not done a good job at getting rid of the panhandlers. In fact, the security guard is just gone. He didn't come back. He's just gone.
Mm-hmm.
Now, mind you, there's some cardboard kind of
Yeah.
stacks of cardboard boxes and various things like that.
I'll just kind of turn to Saren. A lot of panhandlers out today. I do wish that they would do more to improve the surroundings of this location. And she'll make sure to say that over our group voice call while she looks at Saren and says it. In character as her employee person.
Yeah. Can I look around and see the faces of all the panhandlers?
Yeah, you can look at them. Some of them have like you. They have shawls over their faces. Yeah,
So
there's a kind of there's actually a musician there with a kind of actually with a beat up guitar. There's an old lady. There's various men and women. Quite a mix. Like I said, there's about 20 of them. But you'll note that about 3 or 4 of them are hastily moving away, leaving the area, as if startled.
Do I see any of them a little too invested in what's going on?
Give me a read person roll, and as you're doing that, meow, right at your feet, Fade. Meow.
I'm gonna kick it
Oh.
really hard.
Wow. Okay, evil.
I got another one.
Oh, you got a 1.
Yeah.
So with a 1, I will let you see the feet of the security guard sticking out from behind a cardboard box.
Is there another person by the cardboard box?
There's an old woman sitting on a stool petting a cat. She has a cardboard box and a probably the altered carbon equivalent of a shopping cart behind her, and you can just see the guy's shoes sticking out
behind the box of the old woman.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to stay where I am.
The car comes in for a landing.
I'm going to stay where I am so I can protect the kids, but I'm keeping an eye on.
Okay. Fade. And if anyone wants, just yell if you want to do anything. Fade, give me a detection roll, please.
I just did that one. It's a D8. A 1.
Woo!
At a 1.
I did.
That is amazing.
I'm not letting anything distract me, not even cats.
All right. As you got a 1. As you're looking around, the car touches down. The door opens. You see the first of the girls getting out, and Mr. Whiskers, you kicked him hard. You can see that he's back, and he goes meow. And as you turn to look at him,
yeah.
You can see a gun barrel comes right out of his throat towards you.
Can I attempt to kick him in the face this time?
Well, we're going to do initiative because Mr. fucking Whiskers is going to shoot for.
What is this picture?
Mr. fucking Whiskers.
Oh my god.
What is this?
This is so good. Oh my god, this is so good. Bright and I were just talking about walking guns too.
I can't believe you picked Whiskers. All right, so if you recall, speed dice is what we're going to roll.
What am I rolling for that again?
So
Speed
basically,
dice.
take your perception, the first number in your perception, and that's the number of dice 6 that you roll. You roll them all at once, but you don't, and you're going to keep them. So just basically make the roll.
Yep.
And what we're going to do is the lower roll is better. So the lowest roll goes first. And you get to decide which one of these dice you want to use in the first round, but you will eventually have to use them all. So the whole idea, do you want to start strong or do you want to save that for later?
God.
All right, well, I got 2 1s, so now I got to decide.
Well, so the whole idea is you pick your die. It's kind of like poker, and then you put it forward. So
I'm gonna do a 1 to start.
all right. So I've got a 1 too. So I'm gonna use 1.
I'm gonna use a 5.
A 5, okay. And you had a 1, Kai?
A 2.
I got a 1.
Oh, you got a 1, sorry. Okay, so Peirce, Fade, and Mr. Fucking Whiskers goes first. They do happen at the same time. So essentially, Mr. Whiskers is going to shoot you with his mouth gun, and unload. And you're going to kick him.
I think if he appears to be shooting me and not just like shooting towards the car, I think
You know
I am gonna just shoot my blade and go to slice off his head.
He absolutely was going to shoot the car, but you pissed him
Yeah.
off.
Wow.
So, Mr. Whiskers. So here's the deal. You can dodge, but it's going to cost you a speed die if you do. So everybody. So and Peirce, what are you doing this round?
I'm attacking Mr. Whiskers too.
Okay, right.
Unless I see the old lady with the other cat doing anything.
Not right at the moment.
Okay.
I'm moving to slice off this thing's head though.
Okay.
And
So-
I'm not going to dodge. I'm
Okay.
just gonna take the hit.
Go ahead, make your roll. What happened?
I rolled a 2 on my melee combat. I have a 4 in strength, so 2 measures of success.
2 measures of success. Okay, and Peirce, are you fire? What are you doing? Pulling out a gun or?
No, I would see the gun pop out of the cat's mouth and just with the heel of my boot just down onto the cat's back, just trying to smash it before it can shoot anyone.
Okay, so go ahead and make your roll. Might as well we'll all do it at the same time. Don't forget. So we'll resolve. So I'll resolve Mr. Whiskers first, just because. So he fires. You take the hit. So you get. So he all of a sudden the shotgun goes off. Now, just as a reminder of the rules, you have what is called damage threshold points. You lose from those first, and it's not really damage. It's a bit of a. It's kind of like luck points or a buffer. So essentially, you don't really get hit until those are reduced to 0. So taking the hit, so essentially the gun goes off. You've used up. You're going to use up some of your karma, but you probably won't. You may not. Take real damage. So let's just see here. So I did. So the gun did. And it is a shotgun round. So at point, I think it gets a bonus die. So you're going to take 28 damage.
Okay, I have a threshold of 40, so.
Yeah, so it's not real damage. Your sleeve is intact, but you've used up some of your luck or karma in this encounter.
Okay.
Mr. Whiskers is going to use a speed die to try and dodge your strike, and he does, unfortunately. He jumps. I'm going to use up another speed die and dodge your. You know what? Mr. Whiskers will take the stomp.
Oh, will he?
Yeah.
Okay. So I rolled a 4 on a 6.
So that's 2 damage. Yeah.
2
2
plus
damage
another.
levels.
Yeah. So 2 plus another 2 because I have.
Yeah. Are you doing like a karate?
Well,
Stomp.
it's any unarmed attack.
That's right. Yeah.
So my
So
my
4
heel stomp.
Yeah. So 4 times 6, that's 24 damage.
Yeah.
Good thing. So Mr. Whiskers should have taken the sword strike and not the stomp. So you definitely you hear crunching as he goes down, but it's not really the crunching of bone. It's more crunching of metal or like gears and servos. But thankfully, Mr. Whiskers has 9 lives. So you have your boot on him. Listen, I'll let you take. Here's your choice. Do the full damage, 24, or take one of the successes away, which means you won't do damage, but you have the cat pinned. Which would you rather do? All damage?
Yeah, I'll do 18 damage and pin it.
Okay. All right. I guess it's over to you, Kai.
Can I see what's going on between these two and the cat?
You can. Yeah.
Can I just say something real quick before Kai goes? Old lady with the cat, out the door.
Yeah, so I see this, and clearly it's a distraction from what's going on elsewhere. So my head's on kind of a swivel, looking around for anybody who.
Right. Give me your detection roll.
Oh yeah. Detection D8. Oh, yeah, that's a 4 under 50.
Woo!
So you can actually over the pan. Everybody's a gunshot went off, so people are a bit panicked, running to and fro, and over by the panhandlers. The actual assassin's name is Castor Nishi. He's from the he's from the Asian continent, probably World City. But the old woman suddenly pulls out a friggin' big ass gun. What it does, the Nemex, and the cat that's on her lap springs off of her lap and starts running directly towards the car and the open door and the girls. All right, you're up, Kai.
As soon as I see her pulling out a weapon, probably overcomes, he would say, "Good night, Granny," and he's gonna pull the trigger on the sniper rifle for. You know what? You said that. Can we call shots in this? Is that a thing?
You can call. So you take a penalty and a 2 penalty to whatever target number I give you.
Okay.
And you can choose to hit a certain location, like the DHF essentially.
Okay, so when you say a 2 penalty,
yeah. So what's your? So you're using firearms.
So I'm using a firearm. My perception is 50, and I have a D6. So a 2 penalty would be I'd have to
a 3.
roll
However,
a 3 or better.
However, I'm going to give you a +1 modifier for the equipment because you have a scope and a nice sniping rifle. And
Right.
because you are already set up and have Overwatch, I will give you advantage, which means you're rolling twice and taking the best.
So I got to get a 4 better on advantage dice. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go for a headshot.
Okay.
We got a 2
Woo!
and we got a 5. So the 2 is probably the one we're going with then.
Yeah, absolutely. So you needed a 4, so you're going to do 2 levels of damage. I'll just give you the sniping rifle damage here.
You said I could spend stack points though to increase the number of success degrees.
That's right. Yeah.
I'm gonna spend 1 to make it 3 levels of damage.
Okay, so you're going to roll a die 12, and you're going to add your perception modifier to it. Now it's your choice.
Okay.
You can either roll a die 12, add it, and then triple it, or you can roll 3 die 12. Just to, the average is probably better from 3 die 12, or the spread. But
I'm gonna put my faith in 1 die roll, add the modifier, and triple it.
add your 5 to it, or your 6. I forget what your perception was, but
What? Okay, I got an 11 plus 5. 11 plus 5, 15, tripled, 45.
48.
so boom. She goes. So it's silent. So boom, nobody even hears it. But all of a sudden, Granny goes boom, flying over backwards off her stool as she takes the round in the throat. Jesus, all feels very wrong. But anyway, it's not a real Granny. It's Castor Nishi, a very lethal, deadly assassin.
When you finish with the cat, if you wouldn't mind checking to make sure Granny was indeed the target, that'd be much obliged.
So Morrigan, the thing that was ignored was the other cat. as it starts to spring across towards the car with the open door. Nobody's taking a shot at it, and it is fast. This is Felix.
So is it are we on like the same turn order? Is that kind of what's going on?
You're going before Felix.
Okay, I'm going before Felix. She's going to oh shit. Because she was kind of rotating out. She's seeing this cat dart through. She's gonna hunker low and try to get to the car first. And an attempt. The door is open. She's gonna try and like get in and close the door, like putting her between the kids and the door.
So one of the kids is standing out just right in the doorway. So you're gonna kind of tackle her, and the two
tackling her in, and like maybe if I can't, if the choice is tackle the kid and get in the car, like tackle kid, get in car, yell at dad, like drive, like go, like take the kids away.
All right, so that's going to be probably a brawl roll.
Okay.
And I just sent you a chat thing, just as a reminder. Okay.
Yep. Okay. Perfect.
All right. So Felix, he's darting in and around between people's legs. Of course, the gunshot has caused some people to panic and start to move. Others think it's a part of the show and are just kind of looking around for some great entrance. But Felix is determined to get into that car.
Yep. Two under 5 for my brawl.
You got 2 on a difficulty of 5. You come forward. So essentially, one of the ways how this works is you can kind of use each success to kind of describe a part of your action. So
that means I have 3 levels of success, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the first I would say is that she's able to like navigate in a direct line, pushing past people and just through natural strides, like get to the car first. Before Felix. The second would be that she is able to kind of push the kiddo into the car and slide into the seat just in like a really abrupt way. And then the third degree of success would be that she's able to just grab whoever's driving the car. I'm assuming it's the father, it's Keller. Just grabbing him by the shoulder and like screaming, like, just fucking drive.
All right. And again, complete shock and surprise. He just kind of hits the accelerator, and the car starts to go up. I'm going to make a roll for Felix. Felix leaps. Cats are crazy leapers. Leaps through the air and will land. So as the car kind of starts to go up, Felix lands on the hood of the car, and you can see the claws. Well, one hand, the flesh kind of gets pushed away as a gun comes out. The other one, the claws literally extend and dig into the hood of the car, like they go right through the metal to hold on as the car takes off. Next round, you pick another speed die. And I, unfortunately, the best I got left is a 3.
Yeah, I'm picking a 1. This feels critical. I gotta get Felix off this fucking car.
I'm taking a 1 as well.
All right, and Keller is like he is like, as soon as seeing this car, it's literally kind of pulling itself up, raising the gun arm. The car is going a bit, his steering isn't exactly the best as this is happening. Meanwhile, Mr. Whiskers, Mr. Fucking Whiskers, sorry, the gun is out. As you've got him pinned and your foot's on his back, his head rotates 360 degrees so that it's pointed directly up at you. But I go on a 3. So anyone who has a better.
Who, me?
Who's got what? Yeah.
Are we using our other ones? I will use my second one.
I'm using my 1.
Okay, so Mr. Whiskers, his head turns 360 degrees, like backwards, so that the gun barrel is facing up at you, Peirce. But you guys all get to go. Anybody with the 1 gets to go first.
Well, I mean, if he's got his gun pointed at me, I will just reach behind me and pull out my monomolecular blade, and just really quick and efficiently just try to cut off the head.
Okay. So go ahead. Give me your roll. I will give you advantage because he's pinned.
I already have advantage. Do I get triple advantage?
Yeah, you can. There's no limit.
Haha.
Yeah. So
Sweet.
unlike D&D, where you can only have one, in Altered Carbon you can have as many bonus die as you receive.
I didn't need any advantage. It was a 1.
Ugh.
Holy shit.
So, you take the head off of. He's the cat. He doesn't have a lot of health. So you take the head off, and it rolls, and it can function autonomously. So it can just, as it's rolling, it will just randomly fire in the hopes of hitting someone. But because you got a 1, it doesn't hit anybody.
And is there a way I can spend a stack point to do an additional action? Or not a stack point, but a speed dice?
You can use an additional speed dice as long as it's not another attack.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Like
yeah. So after I cut the cat's head off, I'll just kind of look down at the mechanics of it, and then look over towards the older woman and start walking over there.
Okay, you start walking that way. Okay, Fade.
I'm going to try and also leap on the head, on the front of this car, and grab the cat while I leap and roll off of the car so that they can drive away.
All right, so I'm going to require an athletics roll to jump onto the car. So the car is taking off, the cat's
Okay,
on it.
that's not bad. Okay.
Yeah.
I've got a 4. I have to roll a d10. Oh, I rolled a 10.
The car is just too high, too fast. The driver, he just kind of pulled the wheel, and it went quickly. You look over, you can see Mr. Whisker's head comes to a stop near your foot.
Is there no, I have a better gun.
The gun barrel facing down.
Yeah, all right.
The gun barrel will retract into its mouth, which means it comes out the back of the head, comes out the neck because its head's been chopped off, and it looks up at you and goes, meow.
Ew. I would like to kick it away.
All right, you boom, give it another punt. All right.
I've got my action with the car like reeling up and this cyber cat like clawing its way up the hood, a gun revealed. Morrigan's like shoved the 2 kids to the side, and then between the seats, like where they come together,
Yep.
she's gonna like climb up forward and pull out the squeezy and try to shoot through the windshield at the cat, like taking it off the top.
Okay. All right. And Kellen, the whole time, he's like, "Oh my God, what's going on? What is it? What is it?" And he starts to.
She's not gonna respond as she tries to shoot this thing.
And well, squeeze guns are quite silent, from what I recall. So you can take a shot. So here's again, if Felix wants to hold on, dodging might prove difficult for him. So go ahead and.
Okay. I rolled a 5 and I have a 5.
Yeah, that's a hit. So it's 1 degree of success. So
Okay. Can I spend some stack points
You can.
to get some degrees of success?
You can.
I would spend. I really want this thing off. Like, and he seems like the last threat for the kiddos. So how many can you spend? Like, how many is the maximum, or can you just go fucking nuts?
I don't know, to be honest. So let's say you can go nuts.
I'd like to spend. Let's just do 3, giving me 4 degrees of success. So she maybe like she fires once and that like it doesn't quite go through the windshield, so she fires again, but it punctures like directly through the windshield, and like slams into the cat, making it like lose its grip. Meanwhile, she like puts a steadying hand on the wheel to keep the city councilman from like driving us into the ground or anything.
So I will let you use a success to dislodge the cat if you want.
Awesome. Yes, I want that cat off.
It takes away from
Perfect.
the damage, but I will. So that leaves you with 3 successes. So you're going to roll 3 die 6, and well, you can roll 1 die 6 and add your perception bonus to it. So whatever that is.
So we'll do this.
Basically, and it's triple the damage because you got 3 successes.
Oh my god, that's a 6.
And what's your perception?
5.
5. Okay. So you did 11 times 3. 33 is not a bad day.
Yeah, that's not bad. I'll take it.
Felix goes whoop, flying off the car. And normal cats. So I actually looked this up the other day because I saw a video of a cat jump off a 5-story building and then just run away.
They're amazing.
So they can survive. So the highest fall that a cat has walked away from is 36 stories. So Felix is coming down, but he's like ninja cat. He's got his hands spread out. He's trying to be a flying squirrel.
Morrigan will call out over the intercoms to Kai, shoot, as this cat like is falling.
You're gonna try and shoot this cat out of the sky as it's falling?
You're on mute, right? You're on mute.
Sorry. I said can do, but would this be considered a called shot?
Well, actually, so in order to hit it, I'm going to give it 2 successes of dodge. I'm going to just give it 2 successes of dodge automatically, which means you need 3 to hit it.
Okay.
Small target. Now, again, you get the +1, and you have your stack points. Again, because nobody knows, I'm going to still give you a bonus die, and the main reason is that you've been silenced, and nobody knows you're there. So it's almost like every shot you're taking is a blind side, right? So.
Okay. So I need so is that a bonus? You send this a 5 or better, or 4 or better?
Basically, in order to hit it, so you can use the rules a couple different ways. You basically need 3 or less to hit on your 2 die.
I got a 3.
Well, that's all you needed. It was already most of its damage threshold was eaten up by Morrigan. So your damage will go right to its health. So there's a poof, kind of a puffball in the air as the round slams into it. No need to roll damage in this case. It was pretty damaged anyway. And Mr. Felix, pieces of Mr. Felix will rain down on those gathered below.
Man, and I rolled a 12 too.
Oh,
I was really excited. That's
good. Yeah, I like that damage. Peirce, please give me a detection roll, please. Oh, sorry, not Peirce. In this case, it'd be Fade, because Peirce, you're walking over towards the assassin, correct?
8.
Correct.
Oh, 5, and I got a 5. Okay.
5, and you got a 5. Nice. So you can see. So as you're standing there, you see Peirce walk over towards the assassin. Kai, because you did the called shot, I'm gonna get loud. Please roll a percentile dice for me. So whenever someone gets shot, takes a called shot to the head, or there's basically, so if it's not a called shot to the head, there's a 25% chance that their stack is hit. If it's a called shot, it doubles. It's not a guarantee. So essentially, there's a 50% chance that the stack was hit. I'll let you roll it.
Percentile 89.
So as Peirce, as you get close, suddenly the old woman sits up, grabs the Nemex, and points. She's like, "Motherfuckers, where did you come from? You killed my."
Are they firing?
You have you used a 1, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So unfortunately, I still have to go on a 3 because that's the best I got. So points the Nemex at you, but you get to go first. You can see there's a hole in her neck. She's bleeding pretty badly, but you can probably see the edge of the stack sticking out.
Right. Just kind of flicking the blade out. You don't kill kids, and then just tomahawking the blade into the skull.
Okay. Go ahead, make your roll.
I don't necessarily need it to be a called shot, but if you want me to roll it like whatever, then
So
that's
basically,
fine.
the rules are if it's not a called shot, then you're going to go through now, mind you, the caster Nishi has already taken a significant amount of damage.
Right.
But if it's not a called shot, you have to go through the damage threshold essentially, or whatever's left.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to call for the stack because I don't think I want to kill them.
Okay.
But let's see what I get on the blade. It's another 1.
You guys are killing me. Essentially, the gun comes up, but your sword is faster. You cut through the gun, so your blade goes right through. It goes through the gun is pointed at you. It goes through the gun sideways and through the neck because the gun would have been pointed at neck level. And caster Nishi falls. The head basically falls off. The gun drops to the ground, and the stack is sitting perfectly on the base of the neck, unharmed.
Very good.
As he topples over backwards. Fade, you notice a slight whining noise coming from Mr. fucking Whiskers' body. So like.
All right, I'm gonna go just pick it up and kind of like.
It's hot. It's hot to the touch. In fact, this fur is starting to smoke.
Oh, can I see if I still see Van Doren around anywhere?
Yeah. He's sitting like watching. He's like watching this whole in disbelief.
I'm just gonna toss it over towards his direction.
Do you actually want to try and land it?
I would actually try,
there?
like to try and land it right next to him.
All right, throw. There's a throw skill. It's under perception. This is a pretty cool. Unexpected.
Okay.
Wait, how far away is he?
We'll say he's a block quest, so you're gonna have to huff it. I will want a pretty good number of successes, but
This is a Superman throw.
No,
no, she's just.
no. I got a 10.
Oh.
All right.
It is so cool. That was so cinematic, though. Jeez, I hate doing this. You know what? I will give you a reroll. I have 60,000 points sitting in my twit. How do I do that?
Okay, I got a 2. But you know what? I will use up stack points to make it a 1, just kind of as a trade with you.
All right. So I'll do the reroll. Just remind me to spend those points at the end. So you throw Mr. Whiskers. It lands. It kind of lands on the ground and rolls towards Dorian's feet. He walks over, takes a look down at it, looks up at you. Kind of your eyes meet as he takes a good look at you.
I'm still wearing the employee guise though,
yeah,
and I'm just gonna give him my best bank teller smile. Just
And he basically does this gesture. He does the kind of the cutting the throat, and all of his guys, they pull out submachine guns when Mr. Whiskers explodes, killing everybody. The car explodes afterwards. It's pandemonium. People are now running away everywhere. You will hear someone yelling out, "Is this a part of the show?" Still, as they run off. But meanwhile, in the car that's flying away, the kids all pop up. Colors kind of calm down a bit, and one of the kids will say, Elaine. She's like, "Does this mean we don't get to hear Sonata?"
Morrigan won't reply. She'll look at Keller and say, I need you to drop me off here. And she'll give him a spot like a couple blocks away from the diner.
Yeah, he goes, "Oh, wait, who are you? My God, you saved our lives. You saved our lives."
Yeah, it seems like somebody really wanted you fucking dead.
No, what's your name? Please.
Morrigan.
Morrigan. He'll give you his Oni kind of contact info. He goes, "I owe you one. You saved my kids. I owe you one." So you can gain from that. And again, this could be shared, but essentially you all have an influence point with Kellen Palmer.
She'll kind of like pull herself up over the console to like slip into the passenger seat, where she'll kind of huff down and like pull at her shirt, and over our shared intercoms say, "Are you all right?"
Yes, are you going to come to the concert?
No. And she is going to kind of just sit there and wait for Kellen to take her to a couple blocks from the diner.
He'll drop you off. Again, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and before she gets out, she'll like turn back and look and say, "Why the fuck would someone want to kill your kids?"
He goes, "I think I know who it was. I'm trying to make changes to the city. Some people don't like that, I guess, but I didn't think it would go this far."
Well, if you want to pay some bodyguards, I know some people. And she'll like scoot out and close the door and start walking down towards the diner.
And do the rest of you flee the area, or Fade? Are you going inside?
Yeah, I'm gonna like do my best to like brush off my skirt and clothes, and kind of like fluff my employee hair, and look around at the scene, and go inside.
Yeah, people.
Please continue waiting. Thank you. And just kind of head inside.
All right, so Peirce, you can get out of there, and Akira appears out of the crowd. She's like, "That was crazy. I didn't even get a chance to act. Good job." Morrigan is fast. Kai, you okay? We'll meet you at the rendezvous.
Doing fine, taking my time, breaking down this gun, treating it with care. Thank you.
So,
Hecky.
and Akira goes up to you, Faye. She goes, "You got something against those people in the car, I take it?"
Who, me?
Oh no, Fade. She says that to you.
Oh.
You got something against those people in the car?
Oh no, there's just no cats allowed on scene.
And you can all head to the rendezvous point, and maybe that'll be a good spot to take a break. Be back in 5.
Oh yeah.
Welcome back to TPK Roleplay and the Atrium of Aquarius. Before intermission, our heroes, can I call them heroes? Yeah, heroes, had run in with an assassin and the assassin's 2 cats, Mr. Whiskers and Felix. But you've successfully saved the targets and have made your way back to the rendezvous point, which I'm assuming is the diner. So,
was I able to catch any of the show, or did it no longer happen because of the events?
Yeah, well, when you hung around, yeah, apparently Sonata was a no-show. Probably because of the explosion and things like that. That was a bit disappointing. But you can still listen to the songs just on your own.
I mean, I was hoping to catch them in person, but that's fine. Things happen.
All right, another time. So Morrigan, you arrive at the diner first. Do you go in or do you
Nope.
wait? Nope.
She sits on the curb.
Okay. And you will notice JP looking out the window. And, okay. He'll pull down the shutters or close the blind, and the rest of you can arrive. Akira, so on the ride, so basically as you're kind of walking towards the diner, Akira kind of sidles up next to you, Kai, and she's like, 50,000 credits each. That's a lot of money. Are you sure this isn't going to get you into any trouble?
Who really gives a fuck if it does?
She goes, that's the guy I know. She'll say. So you can arrive. You see Morrigan sitting on the curb. She did not go into the diner.
All coffee there?
No, I just didn't want to spend any more time with that prick.
Why don't you just shoot out his emitter?
She'll kind of like look at Fade and then look back because I think he means something to someone.
I didn't say blow out his stack. I said blow the emitter out. Stop him from transmitting for a day or two.
The shutters, the blinds open a peek as JP looks out, and he immediately it comes up, and the lights come on, and you can hear kind of a fanfare. Are you going inside?
I will. I'll just leave everyone with their grumpiness, and I will walk inside.
I don't know what the song is called, but it was the only thing I can associate it with is the entrance song for Macho Man Randy Savage. What's that? Dun, 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 dun. So that plays as you come in.
I prop the door open with my foot and keep looking at Morgan. How can you not fall in love with the majesty of this place, huh? It's like Chuck E. Cheese's, but for one person. It's creepy as fuck.
Yeah, it's fucking gross. And she'll kind of move in past Kai, and she'll give a little bit of a smile at his comment as she walks in.
As you walk by, I'll beam you your remaining 25,000, and I'll walk in with my normal fanfare of, all right, celebratory waffles for everyone. Fade Street.
They'll all start coming out, and twice in one day, Miss Fade. To what do I owe the honor? This is
I
indeed
just love what you make for me.
And the food will start to come out, and Akira sits back. She's like, wow. She's like, I can't help staring at my bank account. I haven't had this much in there since, well, I don't think I've ever had this much in there.
If it's too much, you can give some to me.
More makeup?
Mm-hmm.
She goes, well, that went down without a hitch, sort of, right? I mean, you almost took a bullet, Fade. But, and by the way, your damage threshold recovers after a short rest. So essentially, it'll be recovered after breakfast. It's like, so I don't know. That's job number 2 down. Got anything else for us? She'll kick Kai under the table.
I'll let you know as soon as I do.
Magic jobs for us that come from nowhere.
You know, as soon as I do, I know just the people to come looking for. In the meantime, did you see that old lady's head explode like a watermelon at a Gallagher show?
Cats? Creative.
Excellent shooting, if I do say so myself. Is that what that thing was?
So Akira looks at you. She goes, she says, I'm impressed. So you knew that cat was basically not a cat when you kicked it, right?
Yes.
It's like, good eye. I don't know if I would have picked that up.
It takes a lot of
Cats.
skill.
In any event, good job today, everybody. We saved
Yeah.
2 little kids' lives.
For now. Sounds like that Kellen guy's pissed somebody off. What kind of sick fuck asks that kids pays to get kids shot in public and then shows up to watch?
Doran. He is an evil. He's got a reputation for being exceedingly cruel, vicious, merciless. I mean, you cross him. So he's the guy, if you remember what Wyatt told you, the last person to kind of cross him was his brother. And he has him in perpetual VR, being killed again and again and again.
He's just someone that likes to watch.
Speaking of, did anyone see what happened to him?
Akira goes,
Well,
yeah.
I'm sure he's re-downloading somewhere.
Wait, what do you mean re-downloading?
Or free.
Oh, she goes, oh, you weren't there. Kara goes, Phage fragged his sleeve and his stack.
Well,
You
I
what?
didn't mean to. I was just getting rid of the cat.
The cat exploded. Oh, did you know they could do that? No, you didn't. Yeah, the first cat, it was kind of a grenade or a bomb, and Fade threw it at Van Doren. They obviously didn't know what it was, and him and his goons went up in flames.
He'll be fine. He's backed up a million places.
I'm not worried about him. I'm worried about us. If he saw us, if he knew, I get that you can fucking do whatever the shit. But if he saw me, I'm dead.
Yeah,
Do you understand?
we're all dead, actually.
Better
Van Doren's
back
a
up.
pretty big deal, right?
Not me. I was up in a building on the rooftop
I'm sure it'll be fine.
making the money shots.
Of course, Kai, you know that someone like Van Doren's going to torture us, and you'll be the first person I give up, she says with a smile.
Right. So it looks like we're all in need of some protection.
Or we could
But-
just kill Van Doren.
There were so many people there. I don't think he would have gotten a good view of us. And Peirce, you had, and I guess Tyrant, you have the kind of the cloak thing over your head. Is that what Peirce would wear that as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the only person he really saw was you. She points at you, Fate, and he did. He looked directly at your eyes, but you had your disguise on.
It's Van Doren, the kind of bloke who would have instant backups.
Probably. You can give me I guess. Well, Fade, you know that Wyatt would know the most about Van Doren, so you have some contacts. You know that Enzio was looking into him. If you want to rely on your own knowledge, I guess that would be history. If you have streetwise, that give you advantage on the roll.
Can I safely assume, though, that this guy is wealthy and powerful enough that he has a room full of his clones?
Absolutely.
Like, with instant,
Yeah, without a doubt.
like,
Without a doubt.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure he does have
Essentially,
multiples ready to go.
There's two major criminal factions in Bay City. One is the Yakuza, and the other is Van Doren. Both of them are about equal, but Van Doren would absolutely have backups, and he would absolutely be looking for payback.
GM, real quick.
Yeah.
We have 2 pink backpacks to resolve.
Oh, okay. Grab number 1 here.
Bit of useful information for you, Morgan. Not everybody backs up instantaneously, so every once in a while fragging a stack might be a good idea. Causes them to lose half a day or more.
Sure.
Yeah, so unlike an envoy, he will take time to recover, and he won't remember. Like you're not backing up continually. You only get backed up like once a day or once every 48 hours. So he's not going to wake up and immediately know what happened. He's going to wake up and be like, I got killed. So in fact, he might not even remember, even though he saw you. He won't have that memory. Now that I realize it, so that's lucky for you guys. All right, that one. Now that is interestingly appropriate.
Are you ready? Are you good?
Yeah, I'm good. I know what I'm doing. Thank you, chat. This will be a couple interesting encounters. So Akira goes, listen, that was more excitement in one day than I normally have. Thanks for breakfast. I'm going to I think I'm going to sleep for 24 hours. And she's getting up. You sticking around, Kai, or are you heading out?
Gotta finish me waffle.
So you can finish she'll sit and wait for you to finish the waffles. And JP will come back and make sure everybody is topped up with coffee and anything else that they want.
What time is it by now, would you say?
Probably let's say it's like 11.
Okay. Morrigan would kind of look at the table and look at everybody. Right. So if there's nothing else work related, I'm gonna go.
I was thinking we could go out and get mani-pedis.
Oh. No. And she'll get up and start moving to the door. No, I'm going to go spend time where people don't just kiss my ass all day, princess. And she'll wink.
Please allow me to show you
sad.
to the door. It would be my pleasure, says JP.
And she'll not even turn around, just hold up like a middle finger as she exits the.
You can
All
exit.
right. Don't wander too far. If they do end up coming for you, we'll want to know. If for nothing else, to let us know when they're coming for us next.
Kai will get a little ping on his Oni of coordinates of a bar.
Okay.
GM.
Yep.
I would like to just kind of cozy up in the booth.
Yep.
And pull up my Oni on private mode. And I would like to scroll through all of my various accounts that I keep as different entities out on the net. And I'm gonna start posting rumors on random message boards yo, I was at Sonoda's concert. Did you know that Van Doren hired an assassin and it turned on him? And I'm just gonna start spreading a whole lot of crazy rumors so that when he tries to research what happened, he's gonna get a whole lot of false leads.
Okay. All right. That's a good idea. And in fact, as you're kind of surfing and jumping around on there, you will get a ping from Enzio. He kind of pops up on your feed. And he's like, holy shit, Fade, did you hear?
What? No.
Somebody took out Van Doren.
They did?
Leave deathed him. Yeah, well, I guess he had backups, of course, but somebody took him out in broad daylight, right on the street.
Oh my god, was it one of us? Was it Wyatt? You didn't do it, did you?
Oh, no. Why? No, Wyatt wouldn't do that. Listen, you'd have to be. Anyone who goes up against Van Doren, well, they need to have awful powerful backing, because.
Or just be insane.
What do you think he's gonna do when he catches the person who did it?
I don't know. Probably something really unpleasant.
I would imagine. Anyway, I thought you'd want to know.
Thanks for letting me know.
How was the cake? as he disappears.
I don't think she even ate the cake. She
No,
like
yeah,
left
but
for this job and was like, it's probably just
the
sitting, getting eaten by rats outside of her apartment.
The drone might still be hovering there. So Peirce and Kai, are you leaving the diner eventually?
Kai, I'll take the gun back.
Oh yeah, certainly. Keep an eye on it. I went ahead and oiled it for you.
Oh, thanks. That actually means a lot. It's good to know that you took care of your guns. Well,
Go ahead and keep you squeezy. Consider it a parting gift.
thanks. If you need anything, you have my owning.
For sure. I'm sure we'll be seeing each other soon, given that we're on the land now. Just call me Mint Jelly.
I'll maybe call you sometime. Get up and walk out.
Kai's gonna head to the bar and he'll tell Akira, I'll meet up with you later. But he's gonna head to that bar. And he's
Oh, that Morrigan gave you?
mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. All right, so you can head to the bar, and Peirce, you're going to head back to your safe house, I assume. And Faye, you'll probably hang out a bit longer in the diner. All right, so pink backpack number 1 occurs in the diner. Akira is gone. So Fade, you're sitting there, you're kind of, listening to music, surfing or describe what you'd be doing.
I do maintain quite a few different message board and social media accounts, all as different people that are of course fake, but I maintain them all. I would like to think I even have one that actually is a bit of an influencer.
Oh, okay.
Since I can change my appearance pretty easily, like if I ever have to post something, like, with my face, it's pretty easy to swap, from here to there. But it's kind of how I keep the pulse on what's going on. I have a few that are on message boards that are like very conspiracy theorist and things like that. And then others that are like very like top tier Instagram, influencer. And so, like, I'll probably go through and maintain all of those, spreading my random little rumors, and just continuing to kind of munch at whatever JP brings me and drink coffee, just kind of sitting legs up, like kind of tucked up to my chest in the booth doing this.
Yeah, okay. That sounds, so you can be sitting there, and just so chat knows, it's funny how these pink backpacks are strange. So this pink backpack event is now completely changed by the events that just happened, which were another pink backpack. So the whole encounter at the conservatory was a pink backpack event from last week, and it's now going to put a completely different spin on this one, because this one was created as a result of the pink backpack event, which took place at Panama Rose. So as you're sitting there, someone walks in. The first thing that you note is that they have a claymore. He has a claymore strapped to his back, like a claymore sword. He looks around. You can see JP looks up, and he looks at you, and he walks right up to your booth. Phaedra, I presume.
Who's asking?
Derek Van Doren. I believe you know my father.
I don't.
Sorry, I believe you know of him. You're on Wyatt's crew, right?
Maybe. Are you hiring?
So he'll say, well, I am looking for information. He'll take a seat. He'll take the claymore out, put it in the seat beside him like his girlfriend, and sit into the booth opposite you. JP comes over and go, Miss Fade, can I get you anything else?
I will look at Derek and be like, would you like some coffee?
Sure, I'll have a coffee.
A coffee, please, JP.
And he'll head back. And,
Does your sword want anything?
My sword can't be sated by coffee or anything that this diner has to offer. I'm sure you know what I mean.
I'm sure.
I know you run with Wyatt, and I know you guys had a job. Gage bragged about it enough. How he swindled you all in the end. Elder device, if I'm not mistaken. Sound familiar?
He does like to brag.
Well, you see, Gage got himself murdered. Maybe you heard?
Maybe I did.
Yeah. Well, I've been assigned to track down who did it. I like to think of myself as a hunter.
Do you?
You know what my nickname is? And he does have kind of a fur, kind of a shoulder thing on, and plus he has the claymore. He goes, my father might be the king, but they call me the barbarian. I like to chop things up. I have a temper, just like Dad.
She's gonna lean into him. You're a whole lot. What can I help you with? I'm having coffee.
Well, you see, I've been asking around about who might have a grudge against Gage. Wyatt's name came up.
What about everyone who's ever met him?
I'm just good at reading people, so I've just come to ask you. Then I'll leave. You have anything to do with Gage?
What are you gonna do when you find who did away with Gage?
Oh, first I'll ask why.
Okay.
And if the reason is good enough, then maybe I'll understand and let them go. You know, it's not like I haven't held a grudge and acted on it in the past. But
do you need any help? Maybe I can help you.
If I
for
don't
a little
like,
bit of pay.
You want to help me track down Gage's killer.
Yeah, hunting a little wolf pack.
When the possibility exists, or he says, when on those lists of potential killers, your name is right there.
Who better?
You like games, don't you?
It depends on the game.
All right. Fade, if I can call you that. I'll play.
What are we playing?
He'll do with his owning. There's untraceable credits. He'll drop. You guys are making too much money, but he'll drop 10,000 credits into your account, and he'll say, "You have 24 hours to bring me something useful about who killed Gage.
Okay.
If you don't bring me anything useful, well, then we'll play another game. Understand?"
Understood.
He'll take the claymore. He gets up and he starts to leave as JP comes over with the coffee. And JP goes, "Oh, he's leaving? I made it extra hot, Miss Fade." He'll give you kind of a wink.
She'll look at him and be like, "It's okay. Maybe you could just make it to go." And she'll look at Derek like.
And he stops when he pauses. He'll actually stop as if he's on his Oni, so gets distracted for a moment, and then he hurriedly leaves. He hurriedly leaves as if something urgent has happened. Of course, you know exactly what the urgency is, but he stops at the door before he goes, and he looks back, and he just gives you a look, as in, did you just give him that smile?
Mm-hmm.
And shakes his head, and well, he doesn't shake it. He just kind of, you can tell he's processing things, and he'll turn and he leaves. Miss Fade, you really must start bringing more pleasant guests to my diner.
This one was not invited.
Indeed. Shall I put him on my? Shall I bar him?
Well, there's potential that he'll pay me, but maybe put him on the possible bad guy list.
Oh, Miss Fade, you really should be more careful with who you associate with.
I know, right?
I will close for the day. The diner is yours.
Thank you.
For as long as you want it. And he goes, oh, and by the way, if you'll note, and he points behind the bar, where there's usually a picture of him, and he'll say, normally that is where the employee of the month picture has been, is placed. However, I've decided to change it. Only when you're here, of course, and I've closed to customer of the century, and he'll chart the thing, and that is so that pink backpack is not over yet, but we have it has kicked off the domino of the Van Doren search. So funny enough, that was in follow-up to the Panama Rose. Now it's gotten even more complicated. That Van Doren has been incinerated. Peirce, the second pink backpack is for you. As you're walking home through your neighborhood, you're passing people on the street, and you don't even have to make a roll. As you're passing this woman, and she's kind of like looking. She was sort of looking down, but her eyes kind of flash up. She meets your gaze, and I know that you normally have a cowl, but and you have it up, but the angle. It's a pink backpack. You can't fight it. The angle. So you just kind of meet the gaze, and for a moment you kind of see each other, and she stops as if she knows you. And I'll just drag over. And she stops and she looks at you. Almost as if, so there's just it's as if, it's as if you've met before, but you don't recognize it.
Just keep walking.
And she's like, so she'll turn and, sorry, I lost my page here. So she'll turn and excuse me.
Yes.
And she'll step closer so that she can get a better look at your face. I'm sorry, you looked like someone I knew a long time ago.
Well, I've often told that I have a face like that. I have no clue who you are.
Oh, I'm sorry. My name's Raekwon. She'll extend a hand and a smile.
Hand out. Peirce.
Peirce. First or last name? Give me a read person roll, please.
Thank you. Oh, why am I so bad at this? Read person is a 10. I got an 8.
All right. No, so Peirce, and she's like, first name or last?
Last.
This might sound impulsive, but do you want to grab a coffee?
Maybe.
But that sounds like a yes. And she'll take you by the hand. I mean, they have these, there's like kind of like walk-up coffee places where you can sit on stools and stuff right on the street. Or there's kind of cafes. So you probably have one of those in the area. So yeah, you can just kind of walk over and sit down. And even though you didn't make your roll, you can tell she's definitely studying your face. And they'll just be kind of chit chat, as in, do you live around here? What do you do type things? And how do you handle kind of that basic chit chat?
Kind of stonewall a little bit, pretty reserved.
He goes, you're not used to first dates, are you?
I didn't realize this was a date.
Oh, let's just say, well, this is going to sound silly, but I come to this district every now and then just to go for a walk. I met a guy at this bar in this area a few years ago. Oh, we danced, drank late into the night. He asked me to go back to his place, but I wasn't feeling it. I said no. I left and never got his name. Never saw him again. So the silly part is every so often I come here and go for a stroll through this neighborhood on the off chance that I'll run into him again. And here I run into you.
And you're saying I am him?
No, you could be. My mom, she'll say, I know it sounds. She'll actually say, she'll say? Yeah, I've been doing this for a few years now. My brother always said I had the patience of a Japanese striped snake. Have you heard of them?
Hold on. Let me look at something. Probably not. My science isn't great.
She goes, fascinating creature. You see, the snake feeds on the spotted pond frog. The frogs have developed a defense mechanism that when they see the snake approach, they freeze perfectly still. Who wins this epic stare down is whichever is the most patient. If the snake strikes first, then the frog will jump, and the snake can't change its momentum, and the frog will get away. But if the snake can wait out the frog, let the fear eat away at it, and the frog jumps first, then the snake strikes true and catches the frog. Fascinating, isn't it?
Indeed.
So I am the striped snake, you would say.
And perhaps I am the frog.
Oh, she'll laugh. She goes, oh, is that what you took away from that? She goes, I'm sorry. Maybe we should do this again, Peirce. Do you live around here? Close by?
If I did, do you think I would tell you?
Maybe not. She'll lean forward and she'll take her hand out and she'll rub her hand down your cheek. She goes, we could have a lot of fun, you know.
I'll meet you again, but something tells me your idea of fun is not the same as mine.
She'll get up, and as she turns to walk away, she'll just kind of smile at you, and she'll go, just like your father. And she'll turn and slip into and she like intentionally, like there's crowds of people walking by, and she just kind of whoop in with them, and it's gone.
Internal screaming, act real cool. Just stand up.
Of course, that's not, for those of you in chat who saw the carp, that is not, Raekwon is just a pseudonym, but that is in fact Reileen Kovacs' sister from this area. It's an envoy, but of course Peirce doesn't know that yet. All right, so thank you for Pink Backpack. So both of those, that's actually, so again, just so chat knows, those have both open storylines, which did not exist before. I hadn't had them in the background. And of course, what chat probably doesn't know is that Peirce's father was an envoy. So the body that he woke up in, the reason why she recognizes it is because they would have served together. All right, over to, so Morrigan and Kai, you basically make it home. So Morrigan, I don't know what your...
So Morrigan headed to the bar.
Oh, you go,
was,
yeah.
Yep. Yeah, she bailed out to go grab a drink at her haunt, right? I imagine she would have been there for a little while. We can fast forward. She would have gotten there, nodded to the bartender, and just posted up at her regular spot at the end. Carp,
yeah. So
good to see you.
Like Morrigan, he goes, I played at the late night market last night.
How'd it go?
Not too bad. He goes, sometimes do you ever get the feeling you want to get up and just walk out into the night and play till dawn? Well, that's exactly what I did. At one point, there was just me and he said there were just me and two others, but you know what? The size of the audience doesn't matter as long as they appreciate it.
That's the spirit, man. Oh, yeah. Can you just... Sorry, Carp, can you just keep them coming? I just...
One of those nights, eh?
Yeah, you could say that.
And as he puts a drink down, he goes, would it have anything to do with that guy staring at you from the door?
She'll look up and over, and I'm assuming it's Kai.
Kai, yep.
And she'll go, actually, yeah. And she'll nudge a stool that's next to her kind of over and kind of nod for him to come sit down. You're muted.
He'll walk over quietly and he'll hold up 3 fingers sideways as if to ask for whiskey.
Yep. Carp, he'll drop down the whiskey, and he looks at you, Morrigan, and then he looks back at you, Kai. So the look on your face is obviously, you obviously are comfortable with this person, and he just says to you, he goes, any friend of Morrigan's is a friend of mine. First one's on me.
Oh, fair dinkum of you.
So, did you learn what you needed to learn from the job?
Oh, really? I'm not a quick learner. This is probably a lesson I'm going to need to be taught over and over again.
From multiple angles?
Sure, she could say that.
She'll kind of grin at his like hesitancy, and just like swirl the drink, like looking up at Carp, and take a long swig from hers.
Yeah, well, Carp will lead you to it. He'll take the bottle, put it down in front, so you can refill at your leisure.
Oh.
How'd you know about that job, Kai?
Got it from a black drop.
I don't know what that means.
Black drop. C-Tech used to use them to drop in jobs that are off the record. And they would leave them in your black drop repository on your Oni. So what happens is you get a black drop, you get an amount that you're being paid, and you go and do your job.
So what's an
And-
ex-CTAC doing CTAC work?
This sleeve that I'm wearing, doesn't belong to me. Must have been a clerical error, must have been an oversight. Or maybe it was intentional, who knows? All I know is that it's not being tracked, it's just being communicated with. So occasionally I get a job. Sometimes I ignore them. This time I didn't.
What about this one made you think twice as you rummaged through someone else's mail?
This job was for Akira. She's got a soft spot for kids. Felt like it would have done her some good to win this one. Long story.
Well, good on you, I suppose.
What about you? What's your deal? We've been on 2 jobs now. You can talk to me like I'm your therapist. We've even got alcohol, like a real therapy office or whatever.
I've told you. Just a girl trying to make it by.
Nah. Cut the bullshit. What is your actual deal? What were you doing in Claptrap Cleopatra's Trap? Taking on jobs for a pittance, really, for what we had to do.
Yeah, that job fucking sucked. Listen, it's straightforward. I used to work here. She gestures around, with the needed to make more than Carp could pay. He hooked me up. Started doing jobs for Cassiopeia. Then led me to that fucking job, which I guess in turn led me to all of you. For now. Until we get hunted down and mirthlessly murdered. Which I can't say I'm looking forward to.
No one looks forward to that, I'm sure. But what about before that? What made this happen?
What, like?
Listen, not that you're not really good on the job, but you're kind of a ruthless bitch. I think that's not a secret. Are we not supposed to say it out loud, or?
No, it's actually refreshing rather than just dancing around it and trying to play pretend. I appreciate it. I just have never, as long as I can remember, never really had that cheery of a disposition.
Real Jessica Jones type, huh?
That's an old cut, my friend.
I love the oldies. They're classics, really.
I guess. I found that it's easier to work on your own skill set. More efficient that way. I find groups can often get distracted. Their motivations tested when they're given a choice between a personal bias or finishing a job.
I don't disagree with you, but it's never a bad thing to have an extra pair of eyes at your back.
Depends on the eyes. Not everybody runs around with an Akira.
This is true. Though, given the price that I paid for her, I'm sure we'd both rather be back where we were before. Steady job, protection of the CTAC. They worked as a group, you see, and they're pretty efficient at it.
Yeah. So
In
why'd
my
you leave?
experience, I was left with very few options, let's say. Like I said, this sleeve isn't mine. and my exit with it may have been an oversight. But despite having a moral ambiguity, sometimes you gotta might do with what you know to make sure you're back on the right horse.
Don't look that gift horse in the mouth kind of a thing, huh?
And some of this isn't my story to tell. Not that I think you'd be asking Akira about her story necessarily. But she's in the same boat as I am. So we watch each other's backs, make sure we don't get fucking screwed.
Carp comes back over to the bar, and he's like, looks like you're getting to know each other real fine.
I suppose you could say that.
He looks towards you, Kai, and he goes, talking to Morrigan is only half of it. You want to know her? You got to hear her play. Let's go. And he'll grab his guitar. He'll grab 2 guitars and throw one to you. Will you take it?
She'll like look visibly uncomfortable. Like, come on, Carp. Seriously?
One song.
She'll look at Kai and like back at Carp.
Kai will fill his glass and then put both feet up on the bar and lean back on his stool.
Let's go. And there's a little stage, and Carp goes up, starts, doing a couple of test chords. Everybody in the bar starts paying attention.
She'll grab the guitar and kind of hold it for a second and look at Kai and go, I play one song and you start telling everyone you know I'm a real bitch, all right? Keep all the riffraff from my door.
Sure. Let me guess. Love ballads.
She laughs, like actually full laughs, and moves over to the stage where Carp is kind of set up.
Yep.
And she'll like with a practiced you can tell that she has done this many times, like pulling at the cables and like hooking up into the guitar to the amps and everything. She'll look across to Carp and kind of nod and wait for him to kind of start playing whatever song he's gonna play.
Yep. That he will. And you so just this is a question. You reach your fingers as you reach down to pluck the chords. Is there a moment of hesitancy?
Yes. As she kind of, he starts in the kind of a bright, quick tempo riff. She will kind of listen for a second to get the tempo and go to like reach down to start and miss the count in.
Yep.
And the first time go around, and Carp would probably shoot her a weird glance like,
yeah,
what? And she'd shake her head and hold up her hand, and he'd go back around and give her another shot, and she would begin to play in concert with him.
All right, and it's good. So Kai, I don't know whether Kai is a music appreciates music, but yeah, it's good.
It's there are no vocals. It needs to be very clear. It's a non-vocal guitar kind of duet, so to speak. Very progressive rock, like a lot of finger tapping and sliding as they kind of each take different turns with the lead.
In what key?
All of them.
In all the keys?
You're asking me, I don't know.
Holy shit. I'm not sure if this song's happy or sad. It's in every key.
It's an E flat.
All right, and we'll switch over to Peirce. So you leave the coffee shop. I assume you're extra cautious heading back to your safe house.
Yep, I'm taking all the back alleys, all
Yeah,
of
by the way,
the shady spots.
Your safe house is not like a door on the street. It is a true safe house, like it's a secret entrance.
Mhm.
So yeah, you can take extra caution and eventually get inside. Quite certain that you have your dog is sitting patiently waiting for you at the door.
Okay, Spunky. We'll find a better name for you, I'm sure. Any
So-
intruders?
None. No. I assume your dog. You're actually using the dog as a guard dog.
Yeah.
No, nothing in the logs. And just as a you think, okay, your sister's in the deck. Also, Morrigan has asked you to do some research.
Yeah.
AI. And then all of a sudden, this strange woman who you've met on the streets. How are you going to spend the rest of the day?
I'm gonna get out the nanoswarm emitter and
Yeah.
get that working. And then once I figure that out and get Brittany up and running,
Yeah, so she will materialize in the room, and immediately start looking around as if she's been here before, but it's like not much has changed.
Brittany, I am not dad. I'm not dad. I don't know why I'm in his sleeve, but this is Saren.
She'll turn, and she's like, "Well, obviously, you're in his sleeve because he put you there."
Yeah, and I don't know why. Why not you? But
She actually she takes a seat, and there's a bit of a sad, kind of a bit of a sad look on her face, but she's like, I am and am not your sister, she says.
what do you mean?
Before this, I was an AI program, originally designed for another purpose entirely. Your father had me scan what remained of Brittany's DHF, my DHF now. And again, the whole concept of Brittany and my, there's obviously some kind of the AI obviously thinks it's Brittany, but also there's a bit of a separation.
Yeah.
And had me incorporate it into my personality engram. She comes forward and takes your hand. She goes, "For all intents and purposes, I am your sister, Brittany Peirce. What's left of her anyway."
Well, I guess that's as good as I could have hoped for. I mean, before a couple days ago, I didn't even know I had a sister.
I was killed when you were 2 at Safehold when the Protectorate attacked. You and Mother survived and came to Earth the long way, frozen in cryo.
I was 2?
Yes. Your father wasn't there when Stronghold fell. When the Rollins virus was released, he survived.
You know where?
Oh, sorry, go ahead. She'll actually say he stayed away to keep you safe.
So he's in hiding now?
She actually, a worried look comes across her face, and she'll say, "If he is, it was not his intention. I was expecting him to return, but he never did. I think he's dead," she'll say. And she'll actually and
I'm sorry. You said I was 2 when Stronghold fell. That was.
when so there's two places: Safehold, which was where the civilians were, and Stronghold, which was where the Envoys were.
Oh,
Safehold fell 2 years earlier, and you were all there. She died at Safehold. You and your mother escaped, and you immediately were basically left for Earth because they knew the conflict was going to intensify. You left for Earth in cryo on board a ship, not being needle casted.
And that was how long ago?
It's about 30, to get out my timetable. It's like 50 years ago, is it?
Obviously, the timestamps between Safehold falling and what I assumed was my age did not line up. I don't know the exact year, but
Yeah, I'll what I'll do is I don't have the timeline in front of me, but I'll send it to you. But basically, you realize, on a ship going from Harlan's world to Earth, that would be years. I mean, the ships can't exactly go FTL, so that would be a long journey. That probably accounts for the time difference.
okay. Anyway, thank you. I know it's probably hard for you to see.
Your father was sent here by Quellcrist Falconer to carry out a final mission.
What was the final mission?
I don't know. She looks at she looks at you and she'll say, "I was originally programmed by Quellcrist Falconer, the AI part of me. My original purpose is locked beneath the Brittany's persona. Your father did this intentionally. I can't access it without doing a complete systems purge that would in effect kill Brittany Peirce. Whatever reason Quellcrist Falconer sent your father to Earth, he changed his mind and made sure to put a lock on it that he would never want to erase."
Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen. Hey, let's take our mind off of it. Can you help me do some research?
Yep.
A friend of mine, she asked if I could research the specific AI that we encountered. And the name, I don't think we actually got the name of the AI, did we?
No, but again, it was an established place before. So let's do some research here. So with her help, I'll give you advantage on any roll. And in this case, I think investigation is probably will probably be used. Investigation, data analysis, one of those that you could use.
Investigation, which is okay. Well, they're both the same. So I get an advantage because she's helping me, but I'm also using my deck, so I get a bonus die.
That's right. Yeah. So basically, you're rolling 3 die, taking the best one.
And then I also get a +1.
Yep. The number of successes are going to count. Basically, every success you get, I'll give you a piece of information.
Okay, real quick, David, we were just donated $100.
Oh wow, Jesus, that's insane. All right, that's all the pink backpacks.
Holy shit. Thank you so much, dude. That's insane.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Sorry, who made the donation?
Das Kuden.
Oh, Jesus, that's great. Well, you know what I'm going to do? If you are going to tune in next time, I am going to have a special pink backpack item, specially prepared just as a result of this. So none of the ones.
Thank you.
That's awesome. None of the ones I have in the pink backpack right now are worthy. So I'm going to come up with something specifically.
So on my triple advantage, 3 die, I got a 9, I got a 7, and I got a 1.
Oh, you guys and your ones. You're always
And if it matters at all, that's a 1 on a 6. So I don't know if I need to beat like a difficulty threshold or something.
That's 5 degrees of success. So here's what you get. The AI his name is Dr. Locks, also known as the Locks. Prior to 4 years ago, it was an AI. It performed psychosurgery, very successful, very popular amongst the Mets. Was essentially, and that was a clinic. Essentially, he had his own clinic, and essentially this AI performed psychosurgery on a regular basis, kind of like the psychosurgeon of the stars type thing of Hollywood. 4 years ago, this doctor just dropped off the face of the earth. The clinic was abandoned, and all kinds of kind of rumors. But what you can also get is that Locks had a contract with PsychoSec to essentially provide services. So that's, and you remember the PsychoSec logo was in that lab. So there was obviously a connection there. So for your 1, here's what I'm going to give you. You actually pick up some general chatter. So there is a general. So it's not an APB. It is a bounty. So there are bounty hunters. Hey, we should call them blade runners. There are bounty hunters in this day and age. Mostly getting people who skip bail and stuff like this. But this is on kind of the dark web. You'll notice that you pick up, there is a bounty, and I'll actually grab a picture here. There is a bounty for the sleeve or the person that you guys rescued. So let me just go up to paste. So Athena, you remember her from the lab? The day that she escaped from the lab and that you guys took it down, a bounty was posted for her. This is kind of like social media platform for bounty hunters. So it's where people can put kind of tips, feeds, and information. And in fact, there's a couple of live tips going up now that she has been sighted in the Golden Gate slums on the bridge. The connection between her and Locks, you can't find anything not that she was a former patient or anything. You don't really have a connection, but as you were searching around, you stumbled upon this information. I will also, if there's any specific questions, I will also answer them about Dr. Locks.
Sarah, did Morrigan give me any specific questions? I'm pretty sure it was just research this topic.
It was try to understand what that AI was, what it was doing, or you know what I mean? Try to understand the larger purpose of who made it.
So the AI specialty is psychosurgery, and it was probably one of the best. So basically, going into DHFs and, fixing them, or he would have the knowledge to do the reverse, take them apart, memory by memory.
And it's safe to assume that doctor was attempting to create essentially a life or a body.
Obviously, something went very, very wrong with the AI's programming. and essentially it became obsessed with becoming human, one with humanity. And in fact, you can probably pick up with your one that the AI wasn't completely isolated over the last 4 years. It would have, kind of did little kind of excursions out into the net, primarily to seek music, all from one artist, Sonata.
Huh.
All right, you can say, I'll let you think about that for a second, and I'll just jump over to Fade. Fade.
We really gotta catch one of their concerts.
I know. Yeah. So Fade. There is this whole thing about there's the Elder Relic. You do have that lead, or you can go visit Wyatt, or you can go home, or you can just hang out at the diner all day.
I am actually going to, on some sort of tablet or something, or even using something on the napkin here, going to sketch out the Elder artifact. There's no way I'm taking it to the shop.
Okay. Yep.
And I would like to go to this cellar the Enzio told me about.
Yep.
And just walk in with the sketch.
So we'll assume this is a drawing. So you can walk in. You can see that there are Elder artifacts in security display cases, but you can actually see them around the room. And on the back wall, there is a large piece of stone, a spherical piece of stone, and there is a fossilization of an actual Elder in the stone. This guy comes out, he's very well dressed, Batista Albright, and he walks over and, how are you dressed?
Oh, I look like some, not quite meth level, but definitely upper crust, up of the middle class.
Yeah.
Like a ladder climbing, middle class. Just kind of, in my 30s woman of very, like, just kind of indescribable, forgettable features.
He'll come over and he'll go, good day, madam. Welcome to the Elder Emporium.
Thank you.
You have an interest in artifacts?
Yes, I heard a story from one of my son's friends at a party recently, and they were talking about an Elder artifact, and I was wondering if you had any information on one that looks like this.
My dad. Oh, he'll go,
Forgive the crude drawing, it was done by the child.
is this an artifact that you are seeking?
Well, perhaps if you happen to have it available.
I'm afraid I don't. I'm not quite sure I've seen one quite like this. It has some familiarities, but are you a collector?
I think I would love to be. These seem like such unique items.
Well, I don't necessarily
status
have this
symbols
exact-
almost.
So it's this specific one. He goes, I'm afraid I don't have it in stock, but I have many other alternatives that make excellent conversation pieces and great decorative items.
Oh, sounds. Now, before I go about putting one of these in my home, what in fact do Elder artifacts do?
Oh,
This thing isn't going to just explode randomly in my living room,
no,
right?
Of course. He goes, but to some extent, it doesn't matter what they do, miss. You must simply enjoy the aesthetics of it, because unfortunately, humans cannot use Elder artifacts. They just don't work for us. We don't understand how they work. The only thing that we figured out how to do is, well, melt down the metal and repurpose them for stacks. Now that said, if you are interested in stories,
Oh, stories, yes. More talking points at parties, please.
well, a colleague of mine heard of someone doing some experimenting with the glowing bulbs of the Songspire tree. Have you ever seen one?
I've heard of.
Well, they are rare, of course. But taking the bulb that grows at the edge of the stem and reducing it down to a crystalline-like liquid and injecting it directly into your brain. Well, he said afterwards, people who do this can use the artifacts. But there is a catch. There's always a but, my dear. When it comes.
Always.
He goes, the sleeve typically burns itself completely out in about an hour. And in some cases, the DHF melts with it. Yes, you heard me right. The brain literally melts from the inside. They say it comes oozing out of the nose. Anyway,
Oh, how horrid.
of course, it doesn't matter that this can be done. You would need a bulb from a Songspire, and the only Songspires here on Earth are on the Atrium, you know?
Yeah, yes, of course. On the
The
area.
largest Songspire being owned by the Bancrofts.
Right. Yes, I have heard.
So, back to what I was saying earlier. One doesn't pick an elder artifact based on what it can do. They just pick it based on the fact that it's charming and a symbol of status and power.
Of course, of course. You've given me a lot to think about. However, I do have another appointment. Do you have perhaps some contact information? Should I have any more questions? I could maybe give you a ring.
Of course.
Perhaps you could bring some items by to my house, see what fits in the aesthetic.
So give me, I want to see how much of an impression you make.
Yes.
So give me, this would be, so I'll let you, in this case, it's going to be either diplomacy or expression. You could use
They
either
are
of
the
those.
same. So they're both D8s, and I've got a 5, like a 50, so
Okay, yep.
a 7.
So he gives you his contact information. He just doesn't give you anything extra.
Right. Okay. And I will leave, walking down a few streets, and of course, trying to make sure no one's watching before I shed that appearance and go back to myself. And I don't know what I'm thinking. I'm mostly just thinking that, well, I don't want to fry out my brain, so I feel like that I'm definitely not going to try and do that method unless I'm desperate. Which I can't think of a situation in which I would be desperate. But
Or you just need another sleeve.
no. She's very attached to hers. Put a lot of upgrades into it. Yeah, okay, so she will go back to her safe house and just kind of pull the Elder Artifact out of one of her hidden safes in the room.
Yep.
And just kind of hold it and stare at it for a while before she eventually puts it back away.
Yeah, and you realize that it's, you are supposed to hold it, those holes, your fingers are not quite right, but yeah, you can definitely hold it and look at it. It definitely has a lot of mystery to it, but it does nothing. It just sits there, other than catch your interest.
Right. Okay.
Maybe there's a pink backpack item sitting in there. Maybe. We'll see. All right. So Peirce, what are you doing with that? So you have that information. Morrigan and Kai are still at the bar.
Mhm.
I assume, Morgan, you only do one song?
Yep, as promised, she
Yep.
will play a singular song, and once that's done, she'll kind of she'll place the guitar on a stand where it is, unhooking all the gear, and look at Carpenter and say, "Hey man, fuck you!" Like it's like a just like
Yeah, well,
I can't believe you did this to me, kind of in very good humor, you know.
and he'll laugh, and you can head back to the bar. Peirce, as you're looking at this information, you'll note that several bounty hunters are making their way to the Golden Gate slums.
Oh. There always has to be more. Brittany, could you compile all of this information for me into a encrypted file and then send it to Ione?
Of course. And she'll, as she's doing it, she stops and she turns and she goes, "It's good to be useful again."
Of course. You'll never have to sit in storage ever again.
She'll smile at that, and she'll do the file quite efficiently for you.
And then Peirce will blank, and the file will be sent directly to Morrigan.
Okay.
With the urgent tag and a little subnote that says, "Your friend is being hunted."
Morgan would like. I feel like thematically, Morgan would be walking across the bar back over to Kai, and we'll just say, "Yeah, love ballads," as she kind of slides back onto her stool to begin nursing her drink again.
Listen, the only ones who know about this are you and I. And I will tell everyone that you exclusively play love ballads.
Please do. I would actually love that. I think that would be incredible. And as she's kind of going off on a little sarcastic rant, she'll get the message from Saren, and it'll like cut her short as she's being, spicy, and she'll be like, "Oh shit," and begin to like open up the files and look through them, her eyes flicking over the details, gathering, this is who this AI is, there's this woman, there's a bounty, there are folks en route, and she'll just be reading them. Fuck.
Yeah,
Okay.
got your tongue.
And no, I gotta go. And she'll pull out like well, I guess she wouldn't, because it's altered carbon and you don't have to do these kinds of things. She would immediately send credits to the tab, paying for her drinks and everything, and yell across the bar like, "Hey, Carb, I gotta go," and turn to Kai, and she would start moving towards the door and then stop and turns toward Kai. "Do you want to help?"
His big grin cuts across his face as he pulls out one of the hammers that he's had in his pocket this whole time. Thought you'd never ask. And he gets up off his stool and like bolts for the door.
Cool. She'll send, like, as she's moving, she'll send off a message to Saren, saying, it's just gonna say like, "Thanks, en route to slums now," and that'll be the message.
You're muted.
Sorry, Saren. What do you do? I pull the Kai. or break.
Yeah, no, she'll message off to Saren where she's going, and kind of to Kai as she's walking. So you remember that the person from the lab,
Cool.
and when we pulled out, ran off.
Hi.
I can't explain why, but I need to find her before others do, and I need to find her like now.
Is this something we have a lead on, or do we need more of the team?
Saren's the one that got me the information, so I don't know. And she'll kind of start to get a little bit frantic as she's moving. This isn't something I've done. I don't know.
All right. No questions asked.
I forgot to
Hail
mention
from the lab.
the bounty is 100,000 credits.
Yeah. As they're moving out, Kai will get a message ping on his Oni
Yeah.
from Peirce that says Morrigan is in over her head. We need the help. Meet at the Golden Gate Bridge. Separately, Fade will get a message that says new job, Golden Gate Bridge, immediate.
Does
I'll
Fade-
send a ping to Akira.
Yeah.
I'll say, new job from Peirce. Meet them at Golden Gate. I'm with Morgan. And then I'll respond to Peirce saying, with her now.
she replies back, and you know that she's coming regardless, but she's like, is this another paying job?
And he'll just send back like a winky face emoji.
And does Fade send a response?
Yeah, I think hers would include a lot of emojis too. But just saying like, okay, I'll be there. Had nothing else going on anyway.
And you can all leave your respective locales, heading towards the Golden Gate slums. And I think what were we on about three and a half hours. So I think we'll probably end there for tonight. Unless I don't care unless you guys want to push on for a little bit, but
No, I think that's a great. I feel like
Perfect.
once we get to the slums, it's gonna fucking go down.
That's
So
what
Yeah.
I think it is potentially involved. So essentially, you're flying out towards the Golden Gate slums, which is basically a city built on the old Golden Gate Bridge. Building on top of building, to find the mysterious Athena, and to hopefully find out what she knows about the AI and the secrets surrounding that lab. All right, thank you so much, chat, for sticking out, tuning in. Thank you, players. That was amazing as always. Definitely an honor to GM this to you guys. And again, the thing that I like, just to you guys know and the chat knows, the thing that I like about this is that I literally feel as if I'm only writing half the story, which is really cool. That's exactly what I love. So I guess we'll sign out, go around, and then sign off.
yes.
Hey everyone, I am Tyrant. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at Dr. Tyrant. I played Saren Peirce, who is the son of an envoy. That sounds like a curse, but I don't know. Maybe it is in the Altered Carbon universe. I will be taking a day off tomorrow. I will not be in Harvard Investigations this week. But I'm going to be taking a day off so that I can watch Harvard Investigations for the first time in who knows how long. And it's going to be an incredible episode, I've been assured. So come check that out and see some new players being rotated in. As for the rest of the week, I don't have much of anything until Saturday morning. I will be hosting Murder and Coffee, our GM talk show. We will be talking about building dungeons fleshing them out and the different mechanics you can use to do just that. So come check that out. And then next Monday will be episode 2 of Roundhouse Omega, which is the Monster of the Week campaign 2 of Roundhouse here at TPK. We share the campaign with our sister channel, Nat 20. So definitely keep an eye out for both of those campaigns. I believe the next episode on Nat 20 is this Thursday, which I'm sure Sarah will talk about. And I have some other stuff coming up after this, next week. But I have other games in between now and then, so you'll just have to wait in anticipation to hear more about it. But when I'm not streaming here, I'm sometimes on my personal channel at Dr. Tyrant here on Twitch, so come check that out if you're interested. Moving on to Sarah.
Hi, I am Osirix Franco, and I played Morrigan. If you like my face and the words I say sometimes, you can find me on Twitch and Twitter at Osirix Franco. Stuff I've got coming up, you can catch me here on TPK Roleplay on Wednesday. I will be GMing and running a completely random one-shot from the NPCs, characters, hooks, treasures, everything. It's going to be all based on like randomly generated items. So come check it out. It's going to be a really fun time. The cast is phenomenal. My boy Bright's going to be joining me there, and it's going to be amazing. You can also find me on Nat 20 on Thursday for Roundhouse Alpha. Monster of the Week, is Ty already said. I played the Chosen playbook there. Then catch me back over here next Monday in Omega, where I play the Mundane playbook. So a little bit of a switcheroo. It's a lot of fun. As for anything else, I won't be on Murder and Coffee this weekend. I'm actually taking a little triple vacation, taking a little bit of a break. So I'm really excited for that. But thank you everybody for coming out and supporting. Thank you so much for the donations and everything. You guys are crazy. And thank you. I'm going to pass it over to Luca.
Hi, I'm Luke Locke, and today I played Phaedra as Mara, or Fade. I don't have much going on this week except for Harper investigations tomorrow. And then I just get the rest of the week off, I guess. So come back for that tomorrow, and I will pass it up to Bright.
I unmuted first. Hi, everybody. My name is Bright, and I am the Bright of Bright Dystopia. And you can find me on my channel every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. If you like the jokes that I tell here, you'll love the ones that I tell on my channel, where I'm just being a big old dummy. On Wednesday, I'm so excited to play my random character that Sarah's going to be one-shotting. I've already planned some stuff for that, and you're not fucking ready. And I'm like laughing already about it. It's going to be a good time. You should be there.
I'm so excited.
I'm going to get real. There's nitty-gritty pieces of certain spells. I've recently learned that because they don't specify where they have to be cast, it's going to make the spell even funnier. I can't wait. You guys should be there on Wednesday. It's going to be a good goddamn time. Aside from my Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sundays, on Saturdays, sometimes Sarah and I play Divinity as we make our way. My first time, her like billionth time through the game, as she guides me through the world of the Voidwoken. You guys should. Oh, and on Sundays, I am on Covenant playing the Spy game. It's a 5th edition addition to add a couple of spy classes. I am playing a medic named Archangel. I remember all of my characters. I am a pro streamer. But yes, come to any one of those and hang out with me and have fun with me, and I will throw it back over to Fazul.
Thank you, Bright. So I'm Fazul, your GM. I'll be back here in 2 weeks for part 4. Geez, I can't believe we'll be at the halfway point of our Altered Carbon campaign, the Atrium of Aquarius. Once again, just thanks so much to chat. And Dask Kunin, if you're around in 2 weeks, please tune in and see what comes out of that pink backpack. And thanks for your awesome contribution. All right, and I guess final thing is, again, if you want to see my notes and have a copy of all the images and see what's going on behind the scenes. Funny enough, see how different the adventures play out compared to my notes. Then jump on Patreon and support TPK Roleplay. So that's it for me. Good night, everyone. Anyone in Canada, happy Victoria Day.
Woo.
We'll see you soon.
Bye, everybody.